We are now live with Hot Steve, Block Buff Boy, stuffing Tifa of the Italian Senate. Now on the Ratrapina Twitch channel. That's what the message says. In the Discord, anyway. I think on Twitch it just says, the Minecraft zombies do get a bit quirky at night. I'm not funny, sorry.
God.
This last thumbnail from Minecraft was so dumb. But it really does sum up all the topics of the stream in a weird way. Alright. So here's Minecraft. You know what would be helpful is if I actually started up the server for Minecraft. I knew I was forgetting something. So, this might seem like a weird joke if you're not aware, but you should be aware. Are you guys aware of the Tifa thing?
Yes, the whole Tifa was presented in like a Italian like Senate thing.
I don't know what happened,
Like
but
it
I
was-
just know that the picture of Tifa was at meeting.
It was like a Rule 34 picture of Tifa.
I didn't
thought it was a
completely
video.
understand what they said. I think that... Okay, because here's the thing, right? When I was reading about it, also, why the fuck is this so broken? I'm trying to sign in to my... It signed me out of the Minecraft server thing, and when I click the, hey, remember my information thing? It, like, fucking covers everything, and I can't click login. That is so weird.
We live in a society.
Wait, how do I log in? That's not even, like, letting me. I don't understand. Huh? Oh, down here. Oh, down here! Sorry, I know nobody sees what I'm doing. Wait, what? No account found with your credentials? What?
What was my account for this fucking Minecraft thing?
Oh, God. I don't remember. Why? Why did it sign me out? This never happened before.
That's why I always keep my shit noted. Because it always does this.
I don't even know what I used. Oh, man. Why did it sign me out? What the fuck? This is a bad start to a stream. Alright. Well, frankly, I have no clue what the fucking information is, so that's cool. But, I don't know. I guess I'll just try things and then hope that something works. Yeah, you keep a note? I kind of keep a note, but I haven't kept up with that note very well, so kind of useless at that point. I kept, like, important things on it, but not, like, fucking Minecraft server. No account found with your credentials? What the fuck email could I have possibly used? I just used my 2 main emails, and it said no account found. What do you fucking mean?
Well, for the meantime, you guys want to see the new hot rod?
Hot rod? Is it
what?
really a hot rod, my guy? Oh, I finally
yeah.
found what it was. I think that my browser login was like fucked for some reason. Okay. Yes, I heard that you bought a new car today. Go ahead and show a picture.
Hot Wheels.
Alright, it's getting sent through.
Okay, it finally started. So there you go. That took longer than I wanted it to. So you guys like this horrible cutout I did right before we started of you know, Steve and Tifa?
I think you should censor Steve. He's a little too hot for YouTube.
Oh, you're right. Where should I put them at? Today, should I put them down here maybe? Well, I don't want them to be too distracting. I know that, like, Steve is really hot.
Yeah, I put it there. It's fine. It's like a poster. It's like a little poster.
Yeah. We'll put them right down there. All right. My new car. Oh, I see. You know, good thing you left your license plate out. All right, let me show this. Yeah, I'll save it and then I'll pull it up.
It's it's a weird brand that I've never heard of. It's a Chevy Impala.
Oh.
Funny enough, I have heard of that, but I don't know where.
Yeah, so So it runs nicely. The radio doesn't work. I always find cars that just don't have working radios.
Oh,
Funny
mine
enough.
was the same way. I actually had my cousin help me install a radio I bought off Amazon, but it was only 34 bucks, and that's the one I've always used, man. It's the one with the Bluetooth speakers and everything. I'm surprised it was so cheap.
Yeah. What is the best thing about it is the miles on this bad boy. Only 62,000.
Oh, my car, when I bought it, it had like, my car already had like 180,000 miles on it when I bought it.
Yeah. So this is So the miles thing is one of the reasons why it like got built up so much.
I just saved this, but I can't find where I put it. Where's the car? Oh, here's the car image. Okay. All right, guys. Here's. Oh, let's not zoom into the background. How about that? There we go.
So
What the fuck? Oh, sorry. I like multi-selected something by accident.
what the shit? So
Oh god, you selected the Tifa hentai. I don't know what I did.
All right, ready? Here it is. Here's the car, right there.
Oh, Demon Bride!
Looking at this image just reminded me though. God, it was snowy today. It was really, really snowy today.
yeah, I got stuck with this car. Funny enough.
Well, I didn't. Surprisingly, my car, it might be a piece of shit, and an old guy died not very long before I bought it, and it might have not had a battery change for about 7 years, but it's still running strong.
Hey Matt, so you put sticks in front of your tire that was stuck, but you heard a guy was yelling at you for help back, but you left them there?
Oh my god. Well, here we are. We're back in the minch left. But yeah, about the Tifa thing, I'm sure everybody in the entire world has already talked about it, but just to address it myself, I heard about it, and did you hear that Vinny pronounced Tifa as an honorary Italian?
What?
What?
Yeah, man.
Honorary Italian.
Yeah, you know how in Code Geass there's honorary Britannians? Well, she's become an honorary Italian
Oh,
because of
you're
her appearance
right.
in the Italian Senate.
Right. Did have a say, obviously.
It was like, okay, I think part of the reason why it was so funny to me, it wasn't even like some like super outstanding hentai of Tifa either. It was just like some weird like 3D hentai.
So
that
it's
was like,
filmmaker stuff.
yeah, I mean, it looked a little more high quality, but it was clearly just like moving a couple 3D models. And I'm thinking, okay, I didn't hear the story. I don't remember if one of the members of the Senate accidentally pulled it up or if somebody hacked into it. It was one of those two things. I just don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I don't know the logistics, but it's one of the.
Just the
I
fact
think
that
it was the Senate.
the Italian Senate actually seeing Tifa hentai is just literally like, okay. People have made jokes about this kind of thing for God knows how long, since we've been children. And now that our generation is here, the fact that this even happened shows that times have changed.
Yep.
I mean, not only have times changed, but like, guys, I have a new coffee machine at work. And, okay, you might think, why is this important to mention? But here's the thing. It has these like blue LED lights that like glow and like let you know things on it, and it literally looks like it belongs to the Millennium Falcon. It's like a Star Wars coffee machine. I'm like, we really do live in the fucking future, man. Hentais in the Italian Senate and laser coffee machines now.
Dude, we've been told about flying cars and hoverboards. No. Hentai on the Senate and fucking LED coffee machines now. Hell yeah.
Dude, why does some computers look like they belong in like a bad bootleg Star Wars? Like, what is up with the overdramatic lights? I mean, okay, I'm sorry to anybody who's pissed at me because I know some people are really into that, but it's just so goofy. I mean, my computer's just black, really. And I mean, sure, I used to have one of those see-through Nintendo 64 controllers back then. But it wasn't like fucking glowing rainbows, like you're like it's puking acid.
What's with the rainbows though?
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. It feels like it's just a waste of power. Like, wouldn't that be distracting? You're supposed to be looking at the monitor, not the fucking the block.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I probably thought that'd be cool, but I think it's kind of cringe. be honest.
Oh, and then as a kid, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that one. And I looked how expensive they were. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna get that one.
I just want a PC that's low profile.
Yeah, that's true. So, you guys do anything interesting today?
The more low profile it is, the less someone's gonna steal it. Because the burglar is gonna steal my things. I wanted to make it pink. It's like, ew, pink? No way.
Jesus.
Oh, anything interesting happened? Well, my back in college again. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Oh, you're on your break for a while?
Yeah, I was on my break for a while, but now it's class 30.
Oh, there's so many windows on my screen. Jesus. Wait, minimize some of this. Ah.
Besides getting the car and the title and all that stuff, I sold my Xbox One for some money.
Oh, you had it? Oh yeah, you did have an Xbox. I forgot.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't. They were
Okay.
just clicking
You doing the deals?
I just went to GameStop and just sold all my games from it.
How much did you get? $5 for all your games?
I don't.
I got $70.
Okay, I mean that's more than I expect from GameStop's cheap ass.
Yeah. Well, I hope I would get something around that because it's a console at least.
Bruh, what do I even do with the thing, the games you sell there?
Okay, the Switch lived on, but I knew the Xbox One was like, it's like, this is just the Xbox, but with slightly better graphics. There's nothing interesting about this thing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's not the reason why I had it because I got it used and I wanted to play a couple games that I really like Gears of War, Halo, and
Don't forget, Skyrim for the 800th time.
Oh
yeah, Skyrim. Funny enough, I got Skyrim on it as well.
You guys have forgotten playing Minecraft
I got-
on Xbox One. Playing Minecraft on Xbox One.
Dude, I think I got too many copies of Skyrim. Except for my PlayStation, finally enough, and my Switch. I don't have it on those. Unfortunately, I have Skyrim on my Alexa.
On your Alexa? That's so random. What?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's just like a choose your adventure kind of thing.
That's so weird. I never heard
Wait,
of that.
what? Choose your what?
It's like an AI dungeon, but for Alexa. That's what I'm imagining.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like a game.
You're-
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
It's a game built into Alexa.
Oh, kind of cool.
Bro, Alexa
it's like-
has a lot of fun features. I wish that like I could always keep mine plugged in, but I had a mini Alexa I got as a birthday present many years ago, and it just I don't know what happened. It's just so old. It randomly shuts off now. It's so frustrating.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Like it'll start glowing red, and then I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, I just use my alarm clock. It works. It's like it's acting all funky, but it still works.
The Alexas do get a little bit quirky at night. Five Nights at Alexis. Probably
Hello, hello,
someone's
hello.
definitely made that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Five
Why
Nights
have we been
at
so
Freddy's.
obsessed with the Five Nights at Freddy's things? I don't even know why. Like, it's funny because I never talked much about that series at any point in my entire life, even when it was new. But recently, we're talking about it more than ever.
There's a resurgence like a month ago. The game.
Oh yeah, I forgot the new one's out. I
Yeah,
didn't
and
even
people
strike
started
me.
making memes of both new and old, and boom bam.
I just kept seeing. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been obsessed with the viewing of this tape is prohibited.
The viewing of this tape is prohibited. Viewers' discretion is advised.
It's so
Viewing of this
dumb.
tape is prohibited.
Because I had a dream, and in my dream I saw Scoot in real life, and it was just weird because I mean he's not like an alien like some characters that I've seen in my dreams. Like I saw Liasu in a dream, but I mean, she's just like a human with weird eyes and long ears. That's pretty acceptable. But Scoot, I mean, he just looked like Scoot. Yeah, he looked like his normal dumbfounded face, or dead inside face, more appropriate. Yeah, and I don't know why I found that to be funny.
Was he just staring at you?
I don't know what it was like. As much as I want to make up details, if I'm being honest, I don't remember. I just, it's so hard for me to remember dreams for some reason.
Yeah, like you feel like you know what happened, but you didn't. You just feel it, but you don't remember.
I just remember, like, it was like like the Mr. Incredible and Candy when they used the realistic Mr. Incredible photo. It was like that. Like just taking Scoot and putting him in reality. It was just bizarre.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Okay, that song that plays when the fucking realistic Mr. Incredible shows up. That's just what I imagine Scoot's expression is like all the time. Boom, 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 boom.
Again.
And then Gishbu's the banana.
With two other friends. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh my god. Here's the real thing, right? All right, with all the main characters, Scoot is the boom 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 boom. Gishbu's the banana da banana da, and then Yeffy's the.
No.
That's so dumb. Well, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so fucking dumb. I cannot believe I just did that. I just walked back to my house to get pickaxes, and then walked back to my building place, then fell out and walked back, and then walked back to the building place again without grabbing the pickaxes. What is wrong with me?
Welcome to Minecraft, guys. Minecraft.
Like, one time's bad enough, but twice? Like how we're listening to sad music while playing Minecraft live stream. What is this anyway? Oh, it's Shovel Knight. That's right. I was like, this sounds familiar. Requiem of Shield Knight, played by... Huh? What's his name? Oh, it's Simon Loveridge. I'm surprised this guy doesn't have more followers. He makes some pretty good metal and piano covers, but I don't think he's very popular. Like, you know, it's just like what we talked about in like the last million Minecraft streams. You know, YouTube's never gonna recommend good stuff. It's always gonna recommend shitty stuff. That's why we'll get recommended. Oh wait, we haven't been recommended.
It's always good when you get recommended a nice YouTube channel with low following, but you know that the quality's like, superb.
You get a YouTube channel with 2 subscribers, with one Five Nights at Freddy's meme on it, and that meme has 1 million views.
People are gonna get recommended the freaking shitpost status on the RTK channel.
You know what's funny? It already has more views than a lot of videos would in the channel.
Wait, really? What?
It doesn't have that many, but like the video is just posted and it already has like 80 views.
What? 80?
Yeah, it's a lot more than you'd expect for our channel.
That's like above average from the other video.
Yeah, especially for the first day, but it works for some reason. Why does it work? No!
Bruh, I thought it would get like a little above. That's a lot. 80 is a lot compared to the other videos.
People just want to see the Mets. It's all about the Mets.
About the Mets, mates, baby, it's Mets.
Those anime girls, the thick anime. Okay, okay, the reason why that picture is so funny to me. All right, like okay, they're drawn in a way where their bodies look attractive, but their outfits and their faces make it so bad. It looks like a children's baseball team out of context. It's so bad. But that's what anime girls look like, if we're being honest here. I mean, well, not all of them, but the generic ones usually look like children more than anything. Their faces do, at least.
Uh-oh. FBI. FBI.
You know, all anime characters kind of look like... Well, no, let me back out of that. But, like, the generic style anime, with, like, the very minimalistic art styles.
Yeah, man. I mean, just look at Boa Hancock sheet.
Oh, God. That's not
He
the
looks
best
like
example.
a 16-year-old. He's 16?
I don't think One Piece is the best example for that, because their faces are pretty dynamic in their show.
Yeah, their faces are like, yeah, you can tell what it's a kid or not a kid.
Yeah. But not so much in other stuff. And then JoJo's the opposite. Everybody looks like a grown man.
Yes. Even the teenagers look like a grown man. I was like, wait, he's supposed to be 17? What the fuck?
Even the women look like a grown man.
Good job. Good job, JoJo. Keep doing what you do. Yes.
Oh. For some reason, I've been in such an R&R mood since the last session.
Every time this song plays, I remember about the death of the red hair eye girl.
Wait, the red-eyed girl?
Yeah, the red eye girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the red eye girl.
I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
not saying spoilers, but you know.
Oh yeah, no spoilers.
No spoilers. I'm saying.
Did I play this on that session? Maybe I did. I don't remember.
Yeah, you played it when they were getting buried.
Oh, you're right. I played at the funeral. Oh shit, I forgot I played that at the funeral. Yeah, when Red Eye and Minecraft Zombie were getting buried.
Yeah, and some people were saying like stupid stuff.
Oh my.
My favorite part looks down at the gravestone. Because it was engraved on his chest, I wrote FUCC on his gravestone. It could be an abbreviation that means anything. Maybe it's an acronym for his life saying. And then somebody was like, Rat, it says fuck.
Oh.
And I think it just says fuck. That's it.
So now his gravestone says fuck on it. How appropriate.
Here we're gonna do a simple meme at a breaker. People, it's just King Ratrapina. People who don't know King Ratrapina happy. People who do know King Ratrapina. Oh.
I imagine it's like you look at the gravestone that says FUCC on it. People who don't know, laughing. People who know. And oh wait, my sound pad wasn't working. That's weird. But you know, sad. People who know,
Oh, you're
sad.
right.
I mean, honestly, as much as that's kind of a funny gravestone, it was one of the best characters in the series.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
God fucking damn it, my internet.
Bruh. You know, I like that, I like that when Nelson was, like, fighting a imp. Okay. She's like, I'm going to step on you.
That's so dumb. I'm going to step on you. It's a bruh moment.
You know, I'm surprised that on the last, I'm surprised the Leak Freak turned out so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been thinking about it so much though. It really ended up being such a great and really memorable session. As much as at first I didn't think it would be. But I guess you can't predict the future. I didn't know it was going to turn out that good.
Mm-hmm.
What if I was like went with my gut and I was like, nah, I don't record this one.
Oh no!
I would have been upset.
Conversation with so and so and so wouldn't be there.
Dude, Nirm's conversation with Goliath was really good actually. Probably the best part of the session.
Damn. I'm sorry. When you mentioned it, I can't stop thinking like, wait, he's from that realm? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's too old. So people who like aren't in classic R&R wouldn't know. But let's just say you're watching the series or you've joined some point after the OG days of R&R, you wouldn't know the realm. But it's just the idea that the realm's been completely destroyed and that Ratrapines have actually been to it before. It kind of sells it. It was Huffstuff, yeah.
The only reason why I remember is because of Lancer. That's it.
Yep. Oh, but clearly Tree remembered the ninja things.
Oh yeah, the ninja. Yeah, PTSD from that.
Yeah, man. I almost died from that.
I remember she was like, I want to go back there and kill him. At one point.
That's so dumb. I do remember that.
I'm gonna get stronger and kill him. You probably didn't kill him right now, but I'm gonna get stronger and kill him. You never killed them because you couldn't find the realm.
I like how on such a random ass quest you can be introduced to a brand new weapon. Well, what the hell was the Mushroom Man's weapon? The Mushroom Man.
Man, it's just it's lit.
Mushroom Man. That's so dumb.
Mushroom Man.
Mushroom Man, won't you take me by the hand?
Lead me to the land. Don't you hate it when you get spam text calls like constantly?
You know, I left my ringer on today at work, and I got a call, and I was like, oh, somebody's calling me at work? It must be important. I answer it, and it's just a robot. I immediately hang up.
I don't get calls that much, but I just get a lot of texts. Fine, hey, this is your internet service provider. You missed a date, pay us now.
You know, I always block them immediately when I get them. Instead of just removing them, I just block right away because a lot of the times, though it may be very spaced out, they will text back again from the same number. Like, I got one where I kept doing your car is past its extended factory warranty, and you need to get a new one. To make a payment, please call this now, or there could be blah blah. I was like, this is so fucking fake. My car is old as shit. I don't got a warranty on this piece of shit. My car ain't worth anything.
Guys,
That's why my
I will
insurance
have
is
to-
nothing.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I have to exit the call. I gotta restart my internet real quick.
Okay.
I keep getting this.
Just give me a
Oh.
second.
Alright. For me, I keep getting this like well, it's funny because whenever the spam text is like, you know, message me, right? They don't call me. They usually call you by your real name, but for some reason, I've been being called by like a random name for some reason. Hold on, I'm looking at my phone. It's like Mike. Hey, Mike. Oh wait, wait. Hold on, let's see. Where is it? Where the frick is it? It's not Mike, but it's something with an M. It's a very generic name that I never had.
That's
like,
weird.
For some reason, they just kept calling me like Mike or Matt or something like that. And I'm like, why is my name associated with this number? What?
I wonder if they're looking in the phone book and that's what's there or something.
Hey Mike, I heard you're single tonight. Wanna fuck?
Oh god, why do people get sent these at all?
Hey Mike, there's an app to see whether your affairs, like your app to detect affairs. Download this affair at affair dot something weird text
What?
like that. Isn't even a real text.
To detect affairs? What?
Yeah, apparently it's like.
Like relationship
Well, I didn't
affairs?
check it out because I know clicking it's gonna definitely send some weird shit. But like the link was like affairs@theater.com or something like that.
What?
They have the weirdest links. Like I swear to God, who comes up with these links?
That is so bizarre.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, the only reason I'm mentioning it is because lately, okay, usually it's spaced out, but lately it's been like not every day, but like for the past few days, it's just been like every 2 hours. It's a stupid link again, like affairs.com, or whatever, some random thing. And it's not like a phone number, it's usually it's like an email of a random guy or whatever. So I just been blocking it and just sending it to the spam text line, so hopefully they can do something about it.
You know those phone services, like people keep making phone services that advertise and like avoid spam calls with our new Google Fi. Who the fuck would ever buy Google Fi? I'm sorry, Google, but your advertisements annoy the absolute shit out of me. I've said this before, I'm sorry for being repetitive, but that advertisement is the worst one. I hate it. It's like I don't know, the jingle is so shitty and it really sounds like it was recorded by a guy off of an iPhone that he set on a fucking desk and then like played a banjo for 2 seconds and just went, he has no singing experience at all. Goodbye! Feels the rack of prophecies! Hello, oh no! Hello, Google Fi! Zombie, why'd you touch me? Oh, there's creepers outside my house. Why?
Zombie night.
Zombie night. Why is that stuck? It's so random, too.
That's the one thing that just stuck for some reason. I don't know.
The most memorable thing from that arc was that horrible thing that had nothing to do with anything. You know, I like how I placed the water after I fell. That's good. Well, yeah. But I don't get too many spam calls. The popular one back then, that like became a meme to a certain degree on a low-key basis, was like the your family just won a sweet fucking holiday blah blah blah, a cruise line. To claim your prize, input your social security number, receive tickets. You know how many people fell for those?
It's the boomers that fell for it.
Oh shit, I get to go on sweet life on deck, honey. You better give them my social security number. Where is it? Honey, did you just get a random phone call about a cruise line and you're giving your social security number? Of course, honey, it's a free cruise. Oh, okay, then here it is.
Oh, okay, that's free, then here you go. You know what's the thing about, or at least for me, whenever I get a text from AT&T, because that's my network provider, my phone, I don't know if it's legit or not, because sometimes AT&T message me like, hey, you get a free thing for this week. I'm like, that's a spam. But what if it wasn't a spam? Because someone could just totally message you, disguise himself as an internet provider. You're like,
you know, my dad has me part of his family plan. He uses Verizon. Yeah, I know, I got the rich kid shit. Though honestly, I might have to switch because it's expensive as fuck. But Verizon provides honestly the best service because we used to have Sprint and Sprint sucks cock. I know that Sprint kind of doesn't exist; it's like a different thing now or whatever. But anyway, I'm going off topic. As much as I like Verizon for their unbelievable data quality, it really is overpriced as fuck. And I constantly get these. You know, I didn't think about this till you said this, but the spam text I get the most throughout the last couple years I've had Verizon, without a doubt, would be, oh, your Verizon bill is running late. Click this link here to reclaim it before your service stops. But it's not a real link. And Verizon would never text you and provide you a link to a random website to pay their bill. You just pay it the normal way. So I know it's not real, and I've never paid them. My service never stopped. But man, I could see why people would fall for that, honestly. But it's like, how do they know that you have Verizon?
Yeah, man. That's the weird part, and like, you know, I don't know, some you never know whether it's real or fake. It could be an actual thing, but most of the time it's not.
Yeah, I've never fallen for a spam call. I've never even taken one longer than 5 seconds, honestly. But oh no, there was one time when I was a lot younger when I took one, and I thought it'd be funny to do something I saw in a video, and you do the spam call back at them. Hello, you want a free trip to a cruise? And then I'm like, excuse me, sir, this is about your car's extended warranty. And they'll be like, what?
You know, a few weeks ago, I watched a video about like a spam call video where a guy basically somehow hacked into the spam caller's building or company where there's a bunch of people in like, I don't know, Middle Eastern country, probably India or something like that. I don't know, but basically like hacked their cameras in their office, so like he could see who they were. Not in great detail, but he could just see what they were, and he like freaked the fuck out of them by like joining the spam call or whatever, and talking about their subscriptions out loud or whatever. It was great.
Oh god.
But I'm just like, I always thought that spam calls were like small food people. But when I saw the video, the office was big. I was like, what the fuck? It's so big.
Bro, in India, they'd really be desperate.
Like, what the fuck? And there's multiple kinds of these, like, scam, like, companies or whatever, where they just fish for, like, phones or whatever.
You're going back to the sweet thing I talked about earlier. Speaking of which, on Sweet Life on Deck, there was actually an episode where they went to India, and then, like, one of them ended up working for one of the scam call companies. There's, like, a real thing that happened in the show. I was like, I cannot believe they put this in the show back then. What the fuck? I don't remember what actually happened. It's been way too long. I just remember that scene for some reason.
Nice.
You ever watch any sitcom at any point? I mean, I'm not a sitcom person. That goes without saying, but you know.
I feel like I did, but like I don't remember. I really don't remember. Actually, no. I know. I did, but like my brain attention was so low, I couldn't understand what was going on.
What was it?
I don't even remember, but it was just like a generic sitcoms. Like, I know people were talking about Friends, but I was like, I don't know.
You ever like I don't know, regularly watch one though?
There's another one where it was like a group of teenagers and they sat in the round table. The camera kept spinning around them.
But you never regularly watched any of them, not even like the
I
kids
never
ones?
regularly watched them. Like whenever like I got so bored, I was like, okay, random TV show as a kid. Okay.
You know, doesn't like the kids ones count as sitcoms too, like iCarly and that kind of shit? And Zack and Cody?
I wasn't a Disney kid. We didn't have Disney, so I didn't watch shows like that.
Well, my cousins were obsessed with iCarly. I mean, I'm gonna get hate for this, but I never really cared or liked iCarly that much. It just was not my thing. I don't think I ever liked any sitcom that much, but I did watch, it goes without saying after this conversation, I did watch a bit of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck, because, I don't know, thought it was kind of funny when I was younger anyway. But never more than that. But the reason I brought this up is because my sister, she used to always be obsessed with Full House, and I always found this to be so strange, because she was always such a weeby person. She watched all that cringy shit that, like, you know, teen girls always watch. Like, Happy Little Tree Friends and Sword Art Online, and just more, and a lot of random-ass anime stuff, and I was like, this is cringy shit. But then she was like, oh yeah, also I like Full House. I was like, what, Full House? What?
What?
It just seemed like such a black sheep of all the choices you mentioned, but okay. There's a lot of shows I missed out on when I was younger, though. I've said this before, but I didn't have cable when I was younger. I just had a DVD player. And I occasionally saw cable shows when I was at my grandparents' house, but I was watched by my great-grandparents as well, and they also didn't have cable. They had a DVD player. So I would watch the same shit. It's usually Popeye the Sailor Man or Looney Tunes or SpongeBob. But I know that there was also on TV there was like good shows that I like Avatar. I had watched that recently with you, but like never watched it when I was younger, and it's just because I didn't have cable. And there's like other good ones. I mean, there was Timmy Turner. There was fucking Jimmy Neutron, I guess. I didn't really watch much of those, but I watched a little bit. Not regularly though, just occasionally, like if it was on. There's also like Danny Phantom. I never watched enough of it to remember it really. I liked Kids Next Door. You ever seen that one?
I've heard of it, but no, I haven't watched it because the ones I kept playing was cartoons like Johnny Test.
Yeah. When I was like younger, I wasn't really into those stupid shows, but I did occasionally watch them. Again, my dad also didn't have cable. Funny enough, he had this weird like. Do you remember On Demand? Do you remember that shit?
Nope.
Not many people
Never
would
heard.
remember it probably. It's like outdated because now streaming services exist, but there was a thing called On Demand, and it was part of a cable box, and you'd like rent things and there would be free stuff to watch like based on the month. It was weird, but it had Johnny Test on it, and oh my god. Well, I granted, I keep in mind I didn't live with my dad. I only saw him every other week, but my little brother always wanted to watch Johnny Test, and I was like, oh my god, this is so dumb.
I only watched it because there was nothing better to watch. But the fact that you have a choice and you choose to watch, I'm like, wow, you're built. You're fucking built, bruh.
He watched like 2 full seasons with me, and then we'd have to share the TV, so I'd have to watch it. My dad would be like, let him watch the TV.
Johnny Test.
Granted, everything I've mentioned, every single cartoon I mentioned, including Johnny Test, this was all when I was 10 or younger, not older though. But when I got a little older into my preteen years, I never watched cable at my grandparents or my dad's anymore, and by this point, my dad bought Netflix, so we just used that. And I didn't watch things at my grandparents anymore, because by that point, I would just bring my Nintendo 64 to my grandparents and plug it in their attic, and I'd play it up there on like an old TV they had. Or I would just draw pictures or hang out with kids in the neighborhood when I was a preteen, but I kind of stopped watching cartoons, I guess. But I remember the shows I watched when I was like a preteen. I did like watching Gravity Falls when it first aired back in like 2012, and I still think that's one of the best cartoons ever made. And I also watched, for whatever reason, at my dad's house, instead of Johnny Test. Thank God, no more Johnny Test. We watched the opposite one. I watched all of Phineas and Ferb with my sister and my brother. And honestly, I still think it holds up well. I like Phineas and Ferb. I mean, it is a kid's show, but for a kid's show, it's pretty entertaining and unique. There's a reason why there's so many memes about it. It's honestly a really high quality show. Just obviously intended for children.
Damn. You know what's also a high quality show? VeggieTales.
Oh yeah, okay. That's what I didn't mention, but you know, you'd think with how much I talk about it, you'd think, oh, I watched that when I was older. No, I literally only watched it when I was like 8 and younger. It was like a very much a growing up thing, but it's the thing I remember the most growing up because, you know, to anybody who isn't me and your age and could potentially be listening to this as like a younger people, they might be like, that's weird, because now everybody grows up with tablets and all these streaming services. But okay, here's my story. I used to go to the library every week and exchange out James Bond, and I don't know why my mom let me watch James Bond when I was like 6, but she just did. So I'd watch James Bond movies and VeggieTales, but I didn't have them. I didn't have any of them on DVD actually. Well, I had like a few I got on Christmas time, but no, I would go to the library, my local library that was pretty close to my house, and that was back in a time when it was considered safe enough to walk around town. But yeah, it was like only a couple blocks away from my grandparents' house, so I'd usually just walk. And I had a library card, and then I'd change out the VeggieTales movies every week when I was really young. And that was that. Like, that was all there was to it. But I'm sure it's so different now. But because of that, I watched a lot. And me and my cousin, being stupid children, would watch in my grandparents' attic. Because I always liked sleeping at their house. I don't know why. growing up, I really liked hanging around my grandparents a lot more than my parents. And we would sleep in my grandparents' attic, as weird as that sounds.
Nice.
But in the old TV, we'd put in the DVD player and we watch VeggieTales and we just laugh over the weirdest shit. And that's why like, of all the shows from my childhood, that's the one I remember the most, more than SpongeBob. But granted, I went back and rewatched SpongeBob, so it's a little more freshened up in my mind. But not all of it, just the early episodes. Because I remember I have that DVD and we watched some of them.
Nice. I haven't watched a lot of VeggieTales. I just watched a couple. I just know a couple. I don't watch all of it. But I just know whenever VeggieTales came out, like, oh shit, this is the shit.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, I think it's kind of lost the time, though. I think it was very much a thing. It was very much an obscure show that appealed to children of our generation. Because it was popular during the time when DVDs was the most popular form of digital media. But DVDs are dead. And not to mention, even a little bit older than us, or our own age, it was also like cable was popular when we were growing up. So DVDs were not popular that much. It was a short period of time, but that's when VeggieTales blew up, is when everybody was buying DVDs. You know, I have VHS tapes, but I haven't had a VHS player since I was a child because it didn't work anymore. But I never threw them away. And I'm kind of glad I didn't because, I mean, even though I don't know if they even work anymore, it's just cool to have them still, I guess. I have random movies, but they're all good movies. I have Star Wars 5. I have Star Wars 6. And I have E.T. and Scooby-Doo 2, as random as that is. VHSs were so fucking annoying because you always have to rewind them, like by
Oh yeah,
the tape.
Rewind, and there's always been a static, and you kept playing too much.
Yeah, so it's easy to see why they were, you know, outdated. This entire stream, visually as opposed to audibly, has just been me mining the same stone thing the entire stream. Actually, what are you doing, Cough Drop?
Mine has just been walking back. I've not been productive at all. I was so in tune with the conversation, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, me too. I'm not really thinking about Minecraft that much. I'm just kind of, you know, grooving along, I guess.
Yeah. I was just organizing. I was just finishing up organizing my shit, and now I'm going to check it. I need food.
Finally, after 10,000 years, I have laid dormant.
What?
Who has disturbed my slumber?
Oh no! Please don't hurt me. It's not because I totally looked up like hentai of like friggin' Tifa, but Italian. So she's like upside down or whatever. Please don't destroy me.
That's that good shit. I'll see you in another 5,000 years.
Okay. Okay. I'm still going to download hentai of Paw Patrol. Those dogs.
Oh God! What the fuck?
You have now awakened me from my early slumber. This world will now be eradicated.
Oh God! I've
Okay,
never
I actually don't know if
considered
there's
that.
hentai. Yeah, I just named a random cringy show, but
There
I swear to
better
God,
not be. What the fuck?
Destroyed himself.
Oh God.
All right,
Go on,
ponies is
Bree.
already the most atrociously cringy thing, but if you take an innocent toddler's TV show and make hentai of these little children dogs, you just have to die at that point.
Yeah, you're going to the nether realm.
Guys, I don't want to warn you. My curiosity got me so
Oh,
gone.
no.
Okay,
Well,
I
you
looked
got-
on.
I just said it because, you know, friggin' a random kid show that no one would ever make hentai of.
Okay, so you'll be surprised of actually how much there is.
Oh,
There
no.
on Paw Patrol there is 520.
520? What, on Rule 34?
Yeah.
What the
You
fuck?
gotta be kidding me. Why that much?
I don't know.
Who the fuck is making Paw Patrol hentai? Oh my god, why are furries, like, overcoming the fucking world? I'm not even kidding, like, saying this line. I mean, that is legitimately, unironically, and completely seriously, non-comedically terrifying. There's 520 arts done of Paw Patrol porn. That is atrocious.
Dude, sorry, that just reminds me of a comment. I was watching a Mabinogi video, real old Mabinogi video, so I was getting nostalgic and mental. But one of the comments down below was like, I remember this game. This game actually makes me want to play as a human because whenever I play, I have to use my paws to type. So whenever I'm saying thumbs up to the chat, I would type in paws up because, yeah, I was like, what?
That is the most atrociously cringy thing I've ever heard you say, Coffee.
Wait, what? This game makes you want to be a human? Wait, what?
What is the logic of that comment?
What? And like, there was people, like, this was recent, apparently, for some reason, and there was people typing in the replies, and one of the first replies was, what? And it had, like, the original comment had, like, 1 like, but the reply had, like, 20 likes. I was like, what?
That's so funny. Holy shit, that's so funny.
And the worst part was that the guy kept, like, he replied. He was explaining about, like, how he has paws.
Oh my god, Coffee, can you, like, link this? Can we, like, can we just make, like, okay. You know how the internet has the most atrocious comment sections? Can we just make, like, a fucking RTK series where we just, like, preview some of these?
This was a while ago, but like, I could probably look it for back for.
I'm so kidding. This is like okay. I find internet culture to be the most entertaining part of my existence, and honestly, I want to see this. I feel like okay, because we've been thinking about what could we make a series about on the RTK besides Rant Trap and the controversy, right? What if we just start doing weird as fuck things like that? No, we don't even make it a series. We just post the video, and it's just like clickbait. Yeah, because that's what YouTube wants us to do. Not actually make like something, you know, minorly interesting of a series and high quality. No, just make it clickbait, and then it'll recommend it.
Yeah, man. It's just like it's like porn. You know, don't make good art. Just make something entertaining.
Make the sauce, and then you just explode.
I can't believe the world has actually become more degenerative than non-degenerative at this point. Like, when you look online, the fact that there is more hentai of the Pokemon than the Pokemon trainers is concerning.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
there's more of the Pokemon than the trainers?
Yep. And I've seen a lot of the trainers. But I can 100% confirm to you there's more Pokemon.
I remember watching some in like an episode of Pokemon, and I thought fucking not May. Who's the other person?
I don't know their
names.
names.
Dana, like Generation 3 or whatever.
Oh yeah, May. It was May.
Oh May. Oh, sorry. I thought May was Misty. Sorry, I forgot Misty.
Misty is Misty. Yeah, like Misty's the second gym leader.
Orange hair one with like the booty shorts.
Anyways, just saying, May has a kill. But I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what?
Well, there's one Pokemon that really stands out to all others, and it's basically the more human-ish kind of Pokemon. Like,
is it Gardevoir?
Yeah, it's Gardevoir.
I never really understood it, to be honest, because, I mean, I like the design of Gardevoir, but sexually, no. I mean, it looks like something from, like, a show I would watch on Cartoon Network when I was 10 years old. That's what it looks like. It looks like something from, like, a Ben 10-esque show. It doesn't look like something I'd want to put my dick in. I mean, the actual model of Gardevoir...
I was like, wow, she's very pretty. Very pretty. But...
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, I don't see anything sexual about Gardevoir. When I look at that thing... And I say thing because it is a thing. It is not a person. I'm not turned on. I'm just not. When you throw the Pokeball in Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii and the Gardevoir walks around, I'm not turned on. It looks like something from a Cartoon Network show. But that being said, there's somehow there's a lot of porn of cartoons. You know, the internet's twisted nowadays. It's just twisted. They'll make porn of everything now.
Never make porn of my Minecraft pickaxe.
But here's the thing that's concerning. This is the reason why I'm bringing it up. You might think, but that's always existed. I know it has. And it's been getting more high quality now, too. It's not just atrocious, terrible-looking art. But that's more concerning. The good artists are more inclined to make hentai of degenerative, weird shit because that's what the internet wants more than it wants, like, actual, like, sexy stuff. It would rather have, like, oh, yeah, Avatar. A show for kid. Well, it's not for kid. Well, yeah, it's for kids. It was intended for kids, but I mean, sure, it has a lot of adult themes. But the all of the main characters are children.
God. Oh God, I forgot. There's definitely hentai of freaking Toph.
There's hentai of Toph and Katara, and I'm like, okay. When I watched the show, I was never turned on by these characters. Katara and Toph, they're like, I would say they're cute, but in a very innocent way. They look like children. Like if I went to like my family's party, I would see these children hanging out with like my cousins and stuff. Not like I'm turned on by them.
If I was a kid, I'd be like, wow, some of these characters very pretty. Would have a crush on them. But I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't do that.
You know what? I didn't consider that. You know what it is, Coffee? I think it's actually children that's looking at this hentai, and adults are like indulging this by making the hentai for the children to watch because that's what gets views. I forgot that children are predominantly most people on the internet by this point.
You know what's bad? The more better the hentai is, the more acceptable it's gonna be because it's good art in some terms.
I mean, that's true. I mean, is there a hentai I've liked of underage characters? Well, duh. I mean, literally, if I'm being honest here, there's just so many underage characters that I would not even ever assume are underage because they're fucking fictional and you can't tell through a drawing. And not to mention, there's characters that in their initial creation, whether it be a show or a game, wherever the hell they're from, not at all attractive. But then sometimes the art makes them attractive, but it's still sometimes weird even despite that. But I don't know. It's like, I don't even know why we're talking about this. We just talk about porn too much.
I don't know what that says about us, but, you know, welcome.
I mean, who doesn't talk about porn on the internet nowadays at this point? Even the innocent channels do at this point. Back then, you'd be a really weird, degenerate channel to talk about porn. You'd be like a Filthy Frank channel, but nowadays it's just normal.
Oh, God. Yeah, you know what's funny? You even get advertisements of, you know, content creators for like an app that's like very, very lewd and degenerative. And like, they're not low-key about it in the ad, even though they're a public face. They're like, look at these bazongas! Eye pops out. Damn!
You know, I can't help but think that this video I saw when I was very young is true. Which is, it was a satirical, dumb video. You know how there's all those cringy, low-quality animations in 2010 on YouTube? And those are the biggest things on the platform, right? And one of them was just this weird joke where, like, it said, like, the joke was, I'm gonna butcher this because it's been so long since I've seen it, but it was like children in 2020 or something like that. I mean, granted, 2020's past, but this is a while ago. And it was like their parents were driving their children to a party, and the lady is like wearing like duct tape, and that's it. And she has duct tape covering like her nipples and stuff. And they're like, aren't you gonna be a little cold? But it's like, you know what? I understood the joke because everything's getting more smutty as time goes on, and it's becoming normalized. I mean, look at TikTok. What's popular now? Back then, what was popular when I was growing up was being fucking funny and random and that kind of shit. Being vulgar. Nowadays, it's just being smutty. If you're smutty online and, like, you have boobs in a video, that's what's popular. And that's what children like now, is the smutty shit. Times have changed, man. And I can't say it's for better or for worse.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if for better or worse. There's definitely some kids who are into that, but There's a lot. Sorry.
I mean, being an adult, it goes without saying that everybody in this voice chat is very comfortable with, you know, our sexuality and talking about, like, pornographic stuff, because, I don't know, it's not like it was when you're a kid, and it's like this naughty thing that you keep from everybody, and you're being like a closet pervert, because that's what all children are like nowadays, right? No, that's... When you're an adult, it's like, yeah, it's normal to just talk about this stupid shit for some reason. But back then, if you talked about, like, something degenerative like that, and even in an adult party, they'd be like, what?
You would get weird faces. You're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
They'd be like, did you just talk about anime porn? What? I don't know if you could be in our house.
Did you really just download Asuna porn from SAO and masturbate to it?
Oh god, Asuna, oh god. I don't even remember what she looks like.
It was popular. Oh god.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When I watched SAO as a kid, I didn't really get Asuna. I know she was pretty, but I was like, she's not a wife.
Yeah, I was very annoyed by the character when I first watched the show.
I don't know. I don't know why people are being crazy about her.
I never got it, ever. But then again, if I had to pick between Asuna and Sakura, I'm sorry, but I would pick Asuna.
Oh god, the cousin?
No, like Sakura from Naruto, right? Because they're not the people that were popular when we were like growing up, right? But like the most popular anime waifus back then was to my knowledge, I would say 4 people. It was Asuna, Sakura, Nami, and like fucking Android 18. And I mean, I would pick Android 18 or Nami, but Sakura and Asuna? What?
Yeah. Weird.
I mean, granted, I'm not a Dragon Ball fan, but they have fun character design. I just think the story writing is stupid in Dragon Ball. I don't have anything against the art style. The art style is great.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball has things going. The story, not one of them.
Yeah, the story is kind of dumb, but I mean, okay, Android 18. I never really looked up a lot of porn of her because honestly, I always forget she exists. Granted, I'm not a Dragon Ball fan; it doesn't usually come to mind. But I follow artists that occasionally would like make stuff of Android 18. I was like, oh, it's that Dragon Ball girl. Okay. She looks like Cece, but like a thick mom. That's what she looks like. There's also that blue-haired girl from Dragon Ball, but I don't know. I haven't really thought much of that character.
Cool.
When I was a kid, I only saw some episodes of Android 18. Like, wow, what a badass.
My dad, okay, this sounds probably weird because my dad's like an older guy, but he really did like Dragon Ball. He watched a bit of it. But it's weird. You'd think with my dad watching it, I would get into it. I just didn't like it. Then again, my dad watched Avatar. When I was a kid, I also didn't like that, but now I love Avatar. But it's not the same with Dragon Ball. It's clearly different.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Then again, I just, okay. But like if I had to like, oh, but if we're ranking them, I would say I would pick Nami first, then Android 18. But if like we're talking about like sexually, I would pick Asuna. Not Sakura. I'm sorry, but I just don't understand the appeal of Sakura. I don't. Like, first off, maybe it's just because I'm old school, but when I think of Sakura in the series, I usually think of younger Sakura, which is not attractive. She's just a pink-haired girl that looks like a 12-year-old in like a tracksuit. Like, okay, I'm good. My penis is flaccid right now.
You're like that Dio meme. I've seen enough.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably because it was mostly children watching it, but I always found this to be weird because, I mean, how many children had access to the computer when they were younger? Because personally, as I said on the last stream, I didn't. I did not have access to the computer when I was younger, and not till I was older. Yeah, I remember telling you guys about that, and it's like, it makes me think, though, like, how many children apparently did have access to the computer where they could look up porn and, like, just that sentence. How were they able to look up porn? Were you guys able to look up porn when you were a kid? Because if I were to type something into Google search and I was a kid, granted that internet was new back then. I was a dumb little shit. I didn't know how to delete search history. I had no fucking clue. So if I looked up something, my parent would be like, why did you look up big dick on Google? What the fuck?
Big dick.
Big dick.
Okay, when I looked up something naughty online, yeah, I would get search results for it, right? And my parents, they weren't really tech savvy, so they didn't know how to do like, you know, Google history back in the day, and neither did I. So no one really knew. But yeah, for me, as a kid, I would type up naked girl and look at one picture like, oh my god, it's a naked girl. Okay, I've seen enough.
That's so
That
funny.
was literally me like 8 years old with a computer. Like, oh my god, I'm scandalous. I'm not gonna masturbate to it. No way.
You know what's funny? I don't know. Maybe my braino no bueno or something, but I didn't understand masturbation for a while. And this is a weird story, but my doctor said that like I went through puberty at an earlier age than you're supposed to because of like signs. I don't remember what it was because I was a kid, but you'd think if I went through puberty when I was younger, then I would start my sex drive would start earlier. I don't know what the logic is there, but like I think I was like it almost was like it was the opposite. I feel like I was really slow grow to like girls compared to all my friends. They would be talking about girls and that kind of stuff at school, and I was the last person that would like start looking at girls out of all of my friends. And I never looked up that kind of stuff online until I was like a teenager. But granted, I didn't have my own computer until I was a teenager either, so that also changed things, I guess. But I didn't usually think about it, especially not when I was watching a cartoon. And granted, I watched James Bond movies where they would have sex, but I would turn my face away. I'd be like, no.
Oh, dude, if I saw sex in this kid, I would get awkward. Like, oh god.
I became so numb to it when I was a kid, though. Well, I don't know, maybe that contributed to it. When I was really young, I would watch the James Bond movies with, like, the sex scenes, and I would just... I think I just grew numb to it. Or, like, when I was young, I didn't understand it. And then, as I grew older, I just didn't care. I was just already used to it at that point, because I always watched those movies.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. But... the first time I thought of a fictional character sexually was when I discovered an anime, and that was when I watched High School of the Dead. But I was like 13 already, so I was not young. I was already a teenager at that point.
I forgot how old I was when I watched High School of the Dead. I was pretty young though. I forgot.
Bro, my first time I can recall masturbating is watching High School of the Dead, and that fucking bathtub episode comes on. and my 13-year-old brain was like, see, I didn't know about search results and stuff like that and like Googling porn because my dumb brain honestly never conceived the thought of it. I didn't consider that like, oh, Google's where you look up stuff for school. I didn't associate that with porn. So I just never looked up stuff on Google or anything like that. But when I saw High School of the Dead, because I found that on YouTube, I was like, oh!
dude. Oh my god, okay. I'm pretty sure I told you before, but the reason I found High School of the Dead was because on a fucking online forum of a freaking Flash game that hosted Flash games of like Stickmans or whatever, Stickman games or whatever, something like that. But like on the online forum, it showed a GIF. The brown haired girl with the freaking spear that she uses the spear, right? Like in the first episode, she gets like knocked onto the wall and she like slides down and like it shows her freaking.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
I
about.
think when she hits the floor after being knocked on the wall, you know that?
I think I know what you're talking about. Dude, the animation for that show was ridiculous.
She gets knocked onto the wall and falls down or whatever. And it's fucking weird. When I saw that on the online forum as a gift on someone's user page, I was like, I gotta watch it. And someone was like, the source is High School of the Dead. You can watch it on YouTube.
Jesus.
Oh, dude. Back then, you could totally watch like anime on YouTube. It's more prevalent nowadays, right?
You know, growing up, I always grew up being an ass man. Always. There was no change. I was always an ass man. But I always kind of liked boobs, but like, it wasn't like, it was like this, alright? I saw boobs, my dick was like, but when I saw good ass, my dick was like.
Yeah. For me, it was like, you know, nice addition, right? But not necessary. Most of the time.
Why does High School of the Dad, despite how old it
High
is,
School of the
High
Dad.
School with the Dad.
that sounds like a
love
bad
that
parody. High School with Dad, but I honestly do wonder, like, why did it have better animation than not only most hentai, but why did it have better animation than most anime in general for such a weird degenerative show? I never really thought about that, but like. Really, think about anime and think about their animation quality and think about High School of the Dead. Both, not only in the smutty way, but just the animation overall. In terms of lighting, backgrounds, action, physics, everything. Even like just the style overall. It really was high quality. I still am astounded.
You're right. You're actually right. There's, God.
What the hell was the
I feel like if
production
you
budget?
were to watch it again, it still holds up, even though it's a really old anime.
Yeah.
Like modern times.
I can't think of any older animes that had animation like that show, honestly. I feel like High School of the Dead, as much as it is a meme, it really was revolutionary for anime. It kind of changed the way that... I feel like, for a degree, a lot of people discovered anime who never heard of it because of High School of the Dead. And it really kind of hired the budget of what anime's, like, I guess, ideals were in general, right? Like, before that point... Anime usually looked closer to like the animation quality of like Dragon Ball and One Piece. Like, doesn't look bad, but it's not like outstanding, super high frame rate, really HD animation. It's just good style. But after High School of the Dead, it like started getting really high budget. I mean, there was always Studio Ghibli, but Studio Ghibli was like an exception.
Yeah, it was like it's like the third party of anime. Or not third party, it's like the AAA of anime.
Yeah, so that was kind of different, but like for a normal anime being like that, it was like, wow. Well, I don't know if you consider High School of the Dead normal anime, but I guess I do.
Probably wonders like what even was the source of the content? Because most animes are like adaptations of books or what. So what about High School of the Dead? Was it just like its own thing, like Code Geass that just turned into an anime because someone thought the ridiculous plot would work so well? Right.
Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, there definitely are just original animes, but there might have been a manga of High School of the Dead. If there is, I've never seen it.
I
Granted,
know some animes are like freaking based on visual novels, which is the funny problem.
that's true.
It's a game. When I found out, you know, some animes it's visual novel.
Bro, I never played visual novels, and honestly, I don't really care much for the form of media overall. But I will say this. Igawa Asagi comes from a visual novel, alright? And that's my favorite hentai girl.
Is she from the Taimanin or whatever?
Yeah. I didn't realize she was from a visual novel. I saw hentai of Igawa Asagi for the longest time. Like, literally, since, like, the first time I started looking at hentai when I was, like, 13. All the way up until now, I've always seen her in hentai. And I never knew what she was from. I honestly just thought she was from hentai because I always saw her. And then one day, I discovered that she was from, like, this thing called, like, I don't know. It's, like, Taiminin or whatever the fuck. And I was like, oh, okay, it's from something. I never looked into it past that, to be honest. But funny enough, I guess it's like an iPhone game. That's one of the most popular iPhone games now. Who would have fucking thought? I mean, I have not played an iPhone game. For
Yeah,
God
I'm
knows how long.
surprised. I just heard about it like just this year. I was like, what?
Yeah, literally, if you look at most popular games in the App Store, it's one of the top ones. I'm like, what the fuck? Hentai has become mainstream even for mobile gamers. What? Smut is what is popular. Like, back then, smutty films was like what people would shame on in the early 2000s. Like, when you watch a movie that makes smutty stuff, you'd be like, oh, this is stupid. The adults would be like, bruh. Nowadays, it's like,
Hell
give
yeah.
me the smut. I want the smut.
What's the sauce, bro?
Yeah, you watch a movie. That was a good smut scene. But what's the sauce?
You know, I just realized back then, right, when you were on the computer as a kid, usually there'd be like a site, or some sites are like kid-friendly games, right? I don't know, games like Wizard 101, Club Penguin, Toontown. Those things are like kid-friendly, right? But nowadays, when you think of like kid-friendly games, you think of like we get Angry Birds. My neighbor, hello neighbor, and like Roblox.
No, do
right?
people still play Angry Birds? I thought that was like an old thing.
I don't know. Maybe people do, but it just made me realize, right? Like things like Roblox, right? Most people think that's a kid's game, but there's definitely a lot of older audiences on Roblox, right? So I don't know. Maybe people are becoming more degenerate because the options of like family-friendly stuff is like not popular anymore.
That's true, it is, yeah. Like, no kids want to be kids anymore for some reason.
Like, I don't see advertisements for like things like, I don't know, Wizard 101, family-friendly game.
Yeah, honestly, I think the times have just changed with what society wants. Because back then, free online RPGs was like, if that came out, every single kid fucking wanted it. Nowadays, the idea of online RPGs in general, not as popular. Which, honestly, I find to be a shame, because I still, to a small degree, find them to be fascinating. That's how I've met a lot of people, was through online RPGs. That's how a lot of people did. Like, that's how a lot of people's first online experience meeting people was through one of those. Whether it be Mabby or Wizard 101 or Toontown or Club Penguin or all that shit. But
Free Realms.
Yeah, Free Realms or fucking, I don't know, World of Warcraft or something like that. But yeah, it really, think about the last time a popular online RPG came out. It's not a popular genre anymore. Like, the last one that was popular that I can recommend was that Final Fantasy online RPG thing.
Yeah, Final Fantasy, that's the only popular mainstream one I can think of. And like, I think there's a Skyrim online thing.
But the attraction of that online RPG wasn't that it was Final Fantasy, not that it was an online RPG. Back then, the appeal was that it was an online RPG, and people were like, oh shit, it's like the idea of putting yourself in a virtual world and talking to other people was the most fantasizable and popular concept to any kid growing up in the early 2000s. Like, any kid. But now, I don't know, man. It's just not a popular thing anymore.
Right. Like, I think there's like back then, there's a lot of like social MMORPGs where the main focus is to socialize. But nowadays, I think most kids would play are like apps, right? Apps that would, you know, give you advertisements, and some of those advertisements were like,
oh god, right? Why is the most popular things nowadays those fucking mobile games that give 1,000 ads?
Right. I bet kids are playing that, and like, you know. I mean, I don't know if it was for better for worse, but I think like monetization on apps is more aggressive than like our online RPGs or social RPGs back in the day.
That's true. No, you're not wrong. I mean, and it's like usually like weird as hell. I mean, advertisements are getting weirder and weirder. And honestly, I just feel like this is a really almost kind of dark statement, but I just want to say that I really just feel like children are all going to grow up to be degenerative, stupid people. Like, look at what every kid has grown up to. We grew up with, honestly, stuff that, was it weird? Was it cringy by modern standards? Yes. Was it degenerative and atrociously hard to understand and bizarre as fuck? No, it was like SpongeBob, Timmy Turner, Danny Phantom, Avatar, Wizard 101, like Star Wars. That kind of stuff was popular growing up. Now, it's like Baby Shark, Roblox, Five Nights at Freddy's, Minecraft, Baldi's Basics, and like all this weird shit.
Hello Neighbor.
Hello and Neighbor, and like the most popular shows are all just bizarre now. I'm like, what the fuck is this new generation? They're all gonna grow up to be dumb.
God.
You could say that we live in a society.
I think I think nowadays we just gotten too good at knowing what we want. Because back like there's a lot of like RPGs nowadays or apps. They know how to manipulate people and especially young kids how to pay up. You know, they know how to do that. They've gotten so good. Back in the day when online RPGs were like an early thing, Wizard 101, Club Penguin, those were kind of new in terms of, you know, monetization online stuff, right? But now after so many years, we've gotten so good at it that companies just they know what to do.
I mean, I completely see what you're saying, but also it's just the fact that everything that's popular to children nowadays. Okay, the things that I just mentioned, I thought about it. I was like, actually, everything I just talked about, every single thing I said, all the Minecraft, Roblox, that weird shit, is that weird by what we grew up with? Yes, it's really weird and honestly degenerative and pretty ironic by our standards of humor. But here's the thing. Those are the good examples. Those are the lucky kids, okay? Nowadays, the most popular things is like strange rope man hero, weird iPhone games where you like run over people, and like really fucking bizarre like you eat humans and grow bigger phone games, and like fat lady running on a track and eating ice cream cones. And like, what is these fucking mobile games that kids are playing? Have you seen the shit I'm talking about? It is the weirdest stuff.
I've never seen this.
Yep, I see it, and it's
Yeah, it's like a GTA clone where you have like Okay, what's up with the Spider-Man stuff? Spider-Man and Elsa started, and then you're playing Spider-Man, otherwise known as Rope Man Hero, roping across a bootleg tiny New York, killing cops with rocket launchers and RPGs, getting advertisements every 5 minutes, and nothing makes sense. And it's just memes and air horns, and I'm like, what? This is like... Back then, if I played this, I would have been like, oh, this is the shittiest of the shit. Like, this is what this is worse than Flash games. This is as bad as it gets.
Oh, God.
I don't get Rope Man. I get
Rope
Spider-Man
Man?
slaps Captain America.
But that's the popular stuff. That is, and it's just so, it's honestly surreal. That's the word. It is surreal to me. When I see that stuff, I know it's like phone games intended for children, but when I see it, I get this weird, I know it sounds over dramatic, but I get this weird feeling of like, is the world ending right now? Because what am I looking at? Why are children playing Spider-Man shooting police officers with rocket launchers? What is this?
Is this what people who grew up in the 80s feel like about 2000 kids?
I mean, I can see that comparison, but honestly, our stuff was it risque? Was it at times smutty and risky for children? Yes. Because we grew up with... The shows were getting more adult-oriented. I mean, even Avatar, to that degree, was getting more adult. A lot of fighting. It wasn't as much just innocent humor like it was back then. Everything was becoming more serious. The 2000s were not known for being necessarily smutty enough. They were known for being serious more than anything. That's when everything started getting edgy. That's when gangster everything started getting popular, and like all the streetwear stuff and all the fucking like, I don't know, shooting games got popular. And the problem wasn't smut. The problem wasn't bizarre abstract shit. It wasn't I don't know where I'm going with this, but like it wasn't like that stuff. It wasn't degenerative stuff. It was just violence is what adults were concerned about, because there was Flash games and a lot of blood in them. But it was just red gooey stuff. Children, including all of us in this voice chat, we didn't think about it. It was just whatever. But nowadays, it's on a way different level. I mean, children play games where there's like giant flopping tits all over the screen, and there's like gory people exploding every 2 seconds, and like weird abstract horror. And I'm like, what the fuck? If I was a kid, I would not play this. When I was a kid, I would be scared of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, true that.
And I don't mean to sound like the boomer of like our not at all boomer generation. It's just like, it's surreal. We ironically laugh about this because yeah, we laugh at things that are weird. But if I'm being real, what makes us laugh makes us cry.
God.
All right, that's kind of the end of my rant, but I've just been thinking about that so much recently because my own family, my little brother is like 4 years old, plays his iPad, and he plays this shit. We're like, you're playing like a Roblox game where like a bunny fucking eats people, and like, it's like horror, and all this weird stuff, and I'm like, why is this normal? What? Like this, okay, did I play horror when I was a kid? Sure, but the horror was cringy as hell. It was like Slender Man. That wasn't bad. I mean, honestly, Slender Man is not even that scary, and there's no blood or gore in it, and it's no smut, there's no really weird concepts. It's just like a spooky guy with no face. That was the scariest thing back then. Now, the scariest thing is like genuinely kind of scary and like gory and stuff, and that's what children play.
God dang.
I think they're gonna be stronger than us, man. That children are gonna grow up and they're gonna buy SMGs, and they're gonna fucking go to the strip clubs at the age of 13, and they're gonna become gangsters, man.
There's gonna be an era where people are gonna start like they're gonna start taking No Nut November like legit seriously. This is self-improvement. Because I've been degenerate this so many years.
Maz, you just connected again.
Yeah, it's fuck.
Good internet.
Well, your internet sucks cock, man.
Yeah, man. If kids can't get this high quality internet, then we have nothing to worry about.
I honestly, just talking about this has just made me think, like, am I getting older? Well, duh. I mean, I'm a fucking full-grown adult in my own house, and I've been nothing but sleep deprived because I've been working nonstop. So sure, I'm an adult. And sure, as weird as it is to think, and as weird and degenerative as my own generation is, and I am myself, the new generation makes me genuinely afraid. And I'm not even being ironic for the sake of funnies. I'm like being real. Like the weird degenerative stuff I'm into compared to what they're into, they are on a different fucking level.
We're gonna enter an age where, like, many years in the future, like, degenerate shit is just gonna be like a weird virtual VR set. You're gonna be transported to a fucking, like, room and get sexed on, and it's gonna be fucking the weirdest shit ever.
You know what though? Okay, if I'm being completely honest with you though, I've never heard any of these children actually saying sexual stuff though. So maybe, and mind you, just maybe, not saying this for sure, but if I were to make a prediction, I would say every generation is known for something. The early 2000s people, the people right before our generation, the people that are like 25, 26 area, they're all known for being edgy and emo. That's what was popular. Before them in the 90s, it was all grunge. It was all wearing plaid shirts. It was all like listening to like metal music and punk stuff. Before them, it was 80s stuff, bright, colorful pop stuff, you know, cringy pop shit. Our generation, our specific one that us in this voice chat are known for, we're known for growing up with the violent video games, the more serious stuff, the big action movies, the age where entertainment changed forever, and anime. The generation now after us, honestly, I think similar to the generations before us and the one before them, they're going to look at our own generation as cringy. Maybe they're not going to be into the smutty anime stuff because, honestly, that's what our generation's into. And maybe I'm just assuming, we've all been assuming this whole conversation that, like, that it's going to become normalized for them at a young age, which would be weird and make them grow up weird. But, honestly, maybe I'm wrong. Because when I was younger, the generation that was older than me, I didn't want to be like them. I just didn't. I wanted to get into my own stuff. I wanted to play the SpongeBob games and shit. I didn't want to listen to fucking Nirvana and get my emo stuff. That's not what I was into when I was younger. It wasn't appealing to me in my generation. I liked VeggieTales. But these kids, they're into what we laugh at.
Kids are now into this weird rap stuff and all of that.
Yeah, like the stuff that growing up was always considered like, okay, people of our generation do like that stuff, but it was always considered to be very much a side thing, kind of degenerative. But it's becoming very normal, I'm realizing. And I don't really know how to feel about that. I mean, I don't care about the rap stuff and the streetwear stuff. I mean, honestly, it's becoming so normalized to a point where I really, unironically, follow a lot of artists that I love that draw, like, I don't know, One Piece characters in streetwear, and I think it is the most awesome thing. It's so fun to look at. And streetwear is a really appealing style in general. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say I wear streetwear, but I mean, maybe you would too, because I've known... All my friends who see me in person know all I wear is, like, fucking hoodies and, like, Vans and Converse and sweatpants. So, I don't know. Maybe I wear streetwear. But I don't consider it to be, like, a degenerative thing anymore like it was back then. Like, the streetwear stuff was, oh, yeah, you're the cool guy if you smoke and you have gold chains on and wear sweatpants. I don't fucking know. It's not really what you'd consider cool now. I think it's kind of ironic now. Honestly, if you wear that stuff in the modern age, people are going to consider you cringy, not cool. I mean, it's the same thing with how the previous generation was. Like, it's the same way that if you were wearing the baggy 80s pants and you're one of the 90s kids, you think it's cringy. And how the people that wear streetwear, if they saw the grunge emo kids, they would think they're cringy. Now, we look at the generation before us, the streetwear people, and we think that's cringy. And honestly, I feel like that's just going to continue with the theme. We gotta, like, put our heads in the children's mind, not ours. They're not looking at the stuff through our perspective with our experience. They're looking at it through a new, fresh perspective. So, they probably aren't going to look at streetwear the same way we did growing up, where it was, like, considered this new generation, degenerative, violent thing. Even though now it isn't. To them, it's probably just, oh, that's the old people stuff. Honestly, they're not gonna look at it like the degenerative stuff. They're gonna think, that's what old people wear, is that bling shit. How cringy. But the new generation? No, the new generation is not going to be like us. They're not going to be into smut. Because our generation is by far, without a doubt, the most smuttiest, degenerative, and sexualized generation of all. Like, if the generation before us was known for emos and streetwear, ours is just known for the internet, violent games, and being nerds and fucking big booby anime. That's what we're known for. So the next one?
They're all gonna be furries.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
I'm not kidding. I wish I was kidding. It's all gonna be... My little brother already has... like, fucking a backpack with Five Nights at Freddy's characters on it, and, like, has, like, a fucking fox mask thing, and I'm like, oh, God. Not like, our little brother on my mom's side of the family. I'm talking about my little brother Isaac, who's 11.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't think my brother dressed up.
No. Your little brother's really on the good side of things, if I'm being honest here. I mean... He's still into Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! That's like our generation stuff. I can respect that.
He dressed up as Kakashi for Halloween.
It's funny. I honestly find it funny. He's kind of like the me when I was a kid. I was a generation behind. I didn't like what my generation and along with you guys typically like until I was older. I grew up liking the stuff that the generation before me liked, which was video games that were made before my time, movies that were made before my time. I liked early 3D stuff, and that kind of stuff was my favorite. But look at him. He likes the stuff from our generation, guys. Alex, he likes Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Naruto, which is the stuff that I think of when I was growing up. Like, that's stupid shit when I was a teen. But now, the new generation, that's not the popular thing. Not at all. The popular thing is very much the furry stuff, the weird abstract horror games. TikTok, definitely. The fucking Anka dance and Baldi's Basics. I don't know, man. Just the weird shit. It's all surreal. That's the most appropriate word. Our previous generation was
the streetwear stuff and all that weird stuff, action, violence, smut. The new generation is surreal and abstract, and I don't know what better word to use than cringy. They are the cringe generation, okay?
Cringe generation, Jesus.
For the 80s, it was dance. The next one was goth and emo. The next one was street. The next one was the internet. I'm just going to call our generation the internet. It was when it was YouTube poops, anime, violent games, shooter games. Next one is the fucking cringe generation. I wish I was joking.
The generation of expression, being a furry.
They're gonna hit, like, everybody that's young that listens to the stream is gonna dislike it though.
Actually, no, they're gonna tell us that we're wrong. They're gonna tell us we're wrong.
No, I hope they do. I really hope that they do tell us that we're wrong, because I don't want that for the next generation, honestly. Sorry, I know there's a lot of furry. I know, honestly, it's scary how many furries there are. Like, as an artist, this really saddens me, because I take pride in making interesting stories and cool and scary designs, but no. If you want to become a good artist in the modern age, you better draw furry wolfmen with giant penises. That's the only way you're ever going to become a well-known artist now. Because I watched a video and it's like, this guy opens his commissions on Twitter and he draws this nice-looking art and he goes, "Alright, I'll make a real cheap price, like $10. Commissions open." He checks his private messages. Nothing. Another week, he lowers the price and ups the art quality. Nothing. The following day, he just writes on the same exact thing. He just scribbles over it. "Also, I do NSFW." He gets 20 messages.
Instantly, the second he updates his profile.
And the thing that's kind of like, okay, as much as I laughed and thought it was funny, I kind of like, it went from Mr. Credible Canny to uncanny when I realized that he wasn't joking. Honestly, popular artists are all NSFW now. All of them. Like, any actual good artists, anybody that makes good shit anymore will never be found. You have to be NSFW to be popular in the modern age. And as much as I drew hentai for memes and R&R, I not post it publicly, and I don't plan to because I don't want to. And I don't want to be known for that either. I want to be known for making what I like. And if I never get known because of that, so be it, but I refuse to stoop. Stoop! I'm not drawing fucking furry animatronics fucking each other and giant wolfmen like fucking cow woman and shit. I'm not doing it.
Fucking cow. Holy shit.
Alright, I say that, and then like somebody in like 2 years in the future is gonna be like, "Rat, you lied.
Thank God.
Rat, you did start drawing the wolfmen penises.
Oh no.
And you didn't hold up to what you said in that Minecraft stream." A man's gotta make a living.
Oh no.
That's what it just comes down to, basically.
It
Just
does.
like, gotta eat. Gotta eat. I gotta draw porn to stay
I
alive.
sold my soul a long time ago. You're too late to stop me.
Okay, I'm talking about the new generation, but actually, I'm sorry. I'm actually not talking about the new generation. This is the old generation. I apologize. I've been wrong in this the whole time. The new generation is into the surreal, weird shit and the weird horror stuff and the Roblox and Minecraft and the low-quality internet shit. That's what the new generation is into. All right, just the weird, abstract. And they're into Doki Literature Club. Okay, for the wrong reasons though. They're into all the weird internet surreal stuff. But our generation was into the cartoons and the anime and the games. So where I'm going with this is that I've been talking about the wrong generation with the porn stuff. The porn is actually all being bought by like people over the age of 20 and like 30-year-old furries, okay? That is the people who's buying the porn, not the children. So I stand corrected there. And thank God. I finally finished the dam for good because there's that mountain part inside of it, and wow, that took however long we've been streaming to finish.
Nice.
Damn.
Practically like almost 2 hours.
Holy shit! If you whoops, I left the torch there. If you look at my screen, you can see what I just cleared out, and it's massive. Well, I don't know if you remember, but this whole dark area here was a mountain. The whole entire thing, without a single cave or anything, was all stone. I mined out the whole fucking thing. It took forever.
Jesus.
And that was all done on stream, too.
I'm I'm partially just getting done with a storage system right now.
Now that I can finally completely conclude the dam, I'm going to work on something else.
I've been working on a side project. I'm just finishing up this weird farm thing underground of the Sakog village. Might as well make it look pretty, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, because I know what I should do. You know, make a better way of getting up, probably set up a base. But I'm like, I don't think I have a plan for it. So not now.
You know, guys, do you think that people who stream with other people, such as we're doing right now, do you think that that just comes off less popular, honestly? Because it always seems like the people that get popular online are the people that stream by themselves.
Really?
I don't know, that's what I've always thought, but I could be wrong. It could just be the people I've seen. I mean, okay, let's talk about exceptions to that. Game Grumps is an exception to that. Though Game Grumps are kind of old school now. They're not really the most popular thing at the moment. But, like, think about all the big people. It's usually people who stream alone. It's like PewDiePie or people like Markiplier. Okay, well, oh, sorry, these are all old examples. But like Dream or Ninja. It's not people that stream in parties with friends, usually. But I might be wrong.
Oh, might be sometimes flattery, but is it? Do they mainly just stream or?
They don't.
It's like half that, right?
I don't
like-
really know.
Like, I know that Dream, while he streams, he does like speedruns and shit, but he has like his friends in the call. Like,
Oh, he does?
yeah, he does.
Oh, see, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's either like he's doing like collab. He usually does collabs with his friends, like even if he's streaming. Maybe there's sometimes that he doesn't like. I don't think. Maybe sometimes he does it alone, but most of the time I just hear him talking to his friends.
You know, maybe I'm wrong. I can think of how some YouTubers got big was from playing with other people. Like didn't Jacksepticeye become popular after playing with the other people?
Yeah, he got a shout out or thing.
Yeah, I remember him playing with like the big guys, and then he became big himself.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong here.
Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna take forever. I need a lot of iron frames.
Do you feel like people are happy or craving for something than they are when they actually achieve it? Like, it's never satisfied. Like, I feel like people are unsatisfied because they crave to achieve something. But when they actually achieve it, they're even more unsatisfied because the thing they've been working towards, they can no longer work towards. Like, you know the content I'm saying? Like, okay, like, for example, millions of people who are famous getting popular in the first place. All they've wanted was to get popular, but when they actually reached that point, they were unhappy.
You know, it's like when you get subscribers, you get what, like 1,000. You want to get 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100K, million.
You know, I've been streaming for a while, but you know, I don't know if we'll ever get popular, really. I don't really care either way. It's not gonna stop me from playing Minecraft and making what I want to make. But I will say that I do seriously plan on taking things to a more professional level, and probably like I said before, go into my animated series, you know. Probably with like maybe a studio, maybe independently. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm gonna do something. Might make R&R fan game. Might make it a weird YouTube series. We'll see what I can do. But bottom line, if I do put it on YouTube, I would have to probably spend some money, make sure I got the rights to my own stuff so nobody can steal it.
Yeah, and you're definitely gonna need people who can help as well.
Yeah, making it alone would be ridiculous. I'd have to have people that help me. There's already you guys that can help me to some degree, though. I mean, Cough Drop already helps post the R&R videos. I mean, that's not really the series, but, you know, just as a random example.
Yeah. I remember there was like this one guy who pretty popular with animating, and like he started out alone, but like eventually he got to a point where he like hired a lot of people to animate for him by just like, you know, training them to animate in his style or whatever. And he just has this whole a studio of people who help him animate like the most tedious works while he does the most important parts for him, keyframes and whatever. While everyone does like the, you know, kind of.
I've thought about that too, but honestly, who the fuck else would animate with me?
I don't know. There may be some people out there that be like, "Can I help you? Please, I want money."
Maybe when I'm in a better financial situation, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Water's gonna want to help you.
Dog, she'd have to actually start taking something seriously then.
You know.
Animation is not something anybody can do. It requires a hell of a lot of patience and a hell of a lot of practice. But to a degree, I feel like anybody could help. I mean, even just editing animators are really helpful. I know a lot of just people that don't even animate, they're just artists, but they have an editor that visually edits the images and digitalizes them to look better. And all they do is do a computer effects. And yeah, I mean, that's makes it a lot faster if you don't have to worry about making your art super polished, because a visual effect artist could use his computer and his knowledge of editing to make it look better for you. The computer stuff is unfortunately physical art is dead. I'm a little sad. I mean, granted, I do want to go into animation, which is digital anyways, but it is a little sad because I grew up a physical artist, and I still am and always was really great with my sketches. I still have some hanging on my wall, look pretty realistic, but yeah, physical art is, I don't think it'll ever be popular again, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's very old school. Damn. Unless someone makes an NFT for physical art.
Oh my god. That doesn't make sense.
I think the idea of NFTs came off from physical art, actually. Never mind.
Oh, I know, but like with a physical art, there really is only one original.
Guys, I'm gonna make NFTs. Like, it is gonna be physical online. It's gonna be like physical. You can actually buy it, touch it yourself.
That's so dumb.
Tree. Isn't that what NFTs are?
Dude, that's just buying the original picture. Like, so essentially, any single art piece you make is the NFT because it's the original. Well, hot damn. Alright, now my dam's 100% done. I'm at a loss for what to do next. I can't believe I cleared that whole thing too. I was gonna leave it and just move on and just say the dam's done, but I was getting OCD about it. But now it really is, so Suggesting this has been what I've been working on since the first stream. I don't even know what to do now.
Nice.
I'm just thinking. We kind of stopped watching Bleach, and honestly, I'm not saying I won't ever go back to it, but I am saying that what I originally said before we started the show is starting to feel true, which is that season 1 was the bomb. I feel like season 2 and 3 aren't bad, but it just isn't the same. Like, I really liked season 1. It had such an original style. I liked the hollows. I liked the dark stories and the deep emotional plot lines. Season 2, well, it's very anime.
Yeah, the vibe, the original vibe is gone.
Yeah, the whole serious emotional vibe that made Bleach so good in the first place, not really there. It is sometimes, but not all the time like it used to be. Back then, I can think of like every episode in Bleach season 1 being like that. Now it's like rare to have an episode that's like impactful. Because I can't think of what to do in Minecraft. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should go mining. Actually, I guess.
Oh yeah, you could.
I guess I still need iron.
Yeah. I might after I finish this little weird side project, I might finish up the original house I lived in. It's empty now because I pretty much removed all the storage shit. So I might just decorate it and make it nice.
Oh boy, I haven't been mining in a while. Give me a quick second.
Spencer, why are you like that? Did you know that Water messaged me today? She told me that what happened yesterday, she got over it. I'm like, bruh.
Bro, of course you get over it.
I'm like, bruh, that's so quick for you when you're exaggerating, not exaggerating, but making a big deal about it. Oh well.
This fucking organization.
Oh my god, my mic was muted. I was like, why are they not answering me?
Oh.
I was okay. I said, what? What did she get over? I don't remember anything happening yesterday.
Oh. You know how we were watching Walking Dead and she was talking about it? She wanted to comment to that.
Oh.
Yeah. She told me she got over it. I'm like, what? That was so quick. You're making a big deal about it. You're telling me how I'm like, you wanted me to hang out with you and everything.
We only got plenty yesterday. We watched Walking Dead for hours.
Yeah.
I got way too much coal. I don't need fucking coal. I need iron.
Iron!
Am I using stone? I would have finished that mountain so much faster if I didn't use like a million stone pickaxes and I just had a couple iron ones. I literally used, I would approximate, to mine out that mountain, it had to be about more than 30 stone pickaxes. That was a lot.
I think you used like a stack. You probably used
Yeah, probably a full stack. You're right.
a whole full stack. I doubt 30 pickaxes can mine like 3 double chests worth of
Now I think
stone
about it,
by
I was filling my inventory with plenty every time I go down a few more layers, so it was probably a bit more than 60 fucking stone pickaxes.
God. You ever think Blue is ever gonna finish that ship? Because I could totally finish it. Maybe.
What else does it need?
I think it needs the sails, I think?
Oh,
It doesn't have the sails.
I don't know. Maybe. I got no clue, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know if Blue's gonna come back and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? You finished my build for what the fuck?
Hello, I'm sorry. I completely got distracted with art.
Oh, now you're good, Zach.
Welcome. You just missed our extremely long rant about how the new oh god, actually I don't even know if we should get into it again because I just finished talking about it for like an hour.
I think when you get into it, you're gonna
Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about it again.
Yeah.
But just to summarize what you're talking about, bro, the new generation of okay, now I'm gonna get into it again. I'm gonna get into it again, ain't I? It was more than an hour I talked about that. I can't believe how long we ranted about that.
Let's just say that new generation's just getting horny.
The new generation is the weirdest generation of all fucking time, period. We went extensive and talked about kids from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, what everybody specialized in, how they viewed the last and new generations, and how the newest one is the most terrifying and cringy generation of all time. That's the summary of it.
Oh no.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, this is the most edgiest thing I've ever said, but sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'm like, you know, my dream is dead. Everything that I wanted to be is dead because everything that I wanted to be has become so much harder to be now. Like back then, if I was like a little older when I was a kid and I made what I wanted, it would have been popular. In the new generation, if you don't make some surreal furry shit, then you're not going to be popular. You gotta make like some like, I don't know. Okay guys, I was just gonna say something, but I don't want to trigger people. I don't even know what this is. It just looks like a furry animation, but I know there's like, what is it? Has Been Hotel? Is that a furry thing?
What has been what?
Would you consider like?
It
Okay.
looks like a furry thing. I just don't know what it is.
It's basically okay. I know what it is. It's basically demons in hell.
Oh, it's demons.
Yeah.
They thought they were
Yeah,
like
Wait, what?
spider people.
Okay,
or
so
something.
there is some kind of
There are some
furry,
furries. There are
but
some furries in there.
but it is mostly like imps, demons, all
Yeah,
that
it's
kind of.
mostly imps.
Oh, it's that. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
But I thought you guys were talking about Hasbro Hotel. No,
What the
Flash.
fuck is Hasbro
What?
Hotel?
You never heard of Hasbro Hotel?
No. What the fuck is that?
It's not Hasbro Hotel. It's Hasbro Hotel.
I'm thinking of Hasbro, who makes gummy bears
Oh
now.
no, it's Habo. It's Habo.
I don't know.
Hasbro.
Never ever heard of it.
It's fucking like free realms or whatever. It's a social MMO RPG. Not RPG, but it's just social MMO. But...
Oh, you're talking about Hotel Mario on the CDI, right?
Oh yeah, I'm talking about Hotel Mario where you can hang out with your peeps. and
We gotta
fucking-
save the princess. I hope she made lots of spaghetti. Luigi,
Never mind.
you're
Now
sweating,
talking about
Luigi.
that fucking flash game, but no, keep going.
You're so moist, Luigi. You're really sweaty. I can't believe this. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh.
Mario.
How old are
Oh, turn off your game console now. Turn off your game console.
Here we
Pop
go.
scare's incoming. Here he's coming.
He's on his way.
He's coming for
Turn
you.
it up. Turn off the game.
Turn off the game. Turn it off. That video is so funny. I want to watch it again sometime. Oh my god. Okay, Lumpy Touch makes... honestly, I think he's a hit or miss kind of guy, but he really
Hit
is
or miss. I
like...
guess they never miss, huh?
Oh, bro. He really is one of the most like surreal animators. Sometimes I'm just like...
Huh?
But... No, he makes some really good ones, like that sweaty Luigi video. I love that.
I love that.
Oh wait, did you guys ever see the fucking Luigi and Mario like evolving from a fucking cocoon video and it's like Game Boy animation?
Oh my god.
Maybe
Yeah, that's
that sounds familiar.
It's so weird. He's like, oh, we're evolving, Luigi. We're hatching.
yeah, it was weird as fuck.
It's so weird. I love that guy's channel though. I don't know why I didn't sub to him sooner. I've been watching his videos for years. I just was like, what?
Also, Maz, I like your new car, man. It looks really icy.
Oh, I'm so
I'm so icy. I'm just iced out. I'm just icy.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Oh god, that's there's gonna be an R&R creature, and that's what it says. I'm so iced out. I'm just icy. I'm just iced out. I'm just icy.
Oh.
Guys, I finished the year end. Like, completely, man. You guys, I don't know when y'all are ready to see it.
Oh!
You know,
We'll probably not play Minecraft too much longer. I just wanted to talk a bit longer because I've been enjoying, you know, sharing some stories over the week.
hell yeah.
And playing Minecraft because, again, it's like I said before, it really is the best game to talk over.
Yeah.
But, damn. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I never explained this story. So that you guys want to hear about that fucking lady that my manager told me to back up because I got so angry at her?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
we never got to hear that.
I usually save my stories for streams, just in case I ever want to listen back to it again in the future for whatever reason. But, now that it's stream night, this is the time. Okay, that lady... Let me just say this, guys. I am the gentlest person at work. I just want to preface it. I don't want anybody thinking I'm mean. I am seriously the nicest person they have. Everybody at work would tell you so. Everyone. I would bet you $100 in person. I would put it on the table right fucking now. Every person at work would say I'm the nicest person there. And I am one of the hardest workers. So don't think I'm like a shitty person for this. For screaming at a customer at a restaurant. But she was... Oh, first off, I was sleep deprived. So that added to it. I usually have more resistance with this kind of thing. But, and it goes without saying that you guys know I've had the absolute shittiest last 3 weeks ever. But, that lady set me off. Like, and set me off is the most appropriate way of wording it. It wasn't just me getting mad. It actually set me off to a point where I walked away and I was shaking and red and I had to step in the back. It really set me off, like, bad. And I has him for a while because I used to see a therapist about that. Not for long, though, but he told me he knows I can control my anger. And I know I can control my anger. I'm a smart person. I might have mental issues like a lot of people do nowadays, but I can control myself. That's the difference. But I could not control myself. I got so fucking angry and fed up in that moment. And here's the story. I gotta start from the beginning because if you haven't worked there, which none of you have, it's a little confusing unless you have context, but... Okay, so here's how it starts. The lady was, mind you, I do carry out, cashier, and host, right? I'm not a server, so keep that in mind. But she said that she walked up, I'm cashing her out, it's bright and early in the morning, it's a snowy day out, it's slow as fuck, it's an easy, slow day, it's chill, I'm the only person on the front desk, and there doesn't need to be anybody else, it's easy, right? So... I'm talking to customers because I know them, and honestly, I would say my favorite part, believe it or not, is talking to the customers. I know everyone by this point. Everybody that comes there, I pretty much know half the city, I swear to God. But I was just making idle chit-chat while they're cashing out, and there's a man, and I'm assuming his mom, because she looked a lot older, and he was a lot more quiet than her, and he was kind of letting her do the talking, so I would assume it was their mother, because that's usually how that goes. And, the guy handed me his ticket, and he said, do you guys have any pies here? I told him what pies we had. We have 4 different kind of pies. And then he went, I think I'll take a whole peanut butter chocolate pie. I went, sure. I added on to his bill, told him the total, and then he paid for it. Here's the thing. Here's the confusion. So, you know how you go to a restaurant and you don't always want to pay for your friend's bill, so you'll split the check amongst everyone, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't know this, but he told his server to split the check. So they had 2 separate checks. So he paid his check, then the mother was going to pay her check. So after he paid his, no problem, gave him the receipt, gave him the pie. Then the mother comes up and she gives me her check. I say it's going to be, she had, dude, what the fuck? She ordered so much food and it was just her. She ordered like 3 carry-out meals and a shit ton of food. And she was, I'm not being mean, but she was a fat lady. She was a big old lady. You could tell she probably goes out to eat every day of her life. And she came up and, you know, I thought she was nice at first. I really thought she was nice. I was like having chit chat with her too, more than the son. And I said, okay, it's gonna be $48. 48? How much money did you spend? This isn't an expensive restaurant, lady. I didn't say that though, but I was like, what the fuck, $48? But okay, she went 48, and I was like thinking, well, yeah, I know 48's a lot of money, so I kind of chuckled. I mean, yeah, it's $48. Food's a lot, they say. She went, wait a second, 48? I was like, that. I literally pointed at the ticket she gave me. I said, yeah, it says $48. That's what. Did you not look at the ticket? And she went, no, don't even try to play with me. You just screwed up our whole thing and rung it up wrong. And I was like,
Huh?
and she's like, oh, yeah, don't try placing this on us. You fucked up our tickets and you swapped them. I was like, first off, I'm just confused at this point because I've never been accused of this, and I didn't even understand what she was implying. Because, mind you, I want to repeat, I wasn't her server. I didn't ring up her order. It was the server. I was just cashing out the ticket she gave me. You give me the ticket that says $48, then it pulls up on the screen, and it says 48, and then you pay $48. That's all there is to it, really. So when she said I rung it up wrong, I was thinking, have you ever been to a restaurant? This is not how this works. and I'm like, okay, what, do I have the wrong check? I read out what was on the ticket, because it pulls up on the screen what the food was, and she goes, no, that was his meal. Oh my fucking god, he paid for mine. Oh my god, you rung it up fucking wrong. I can't believe this. And I was like, first off, I want to preface that he gave me a ticket that was worth $36, and it was her money. She gave me a ticket that was worth $48, and that's what I just told her that she was about to pay for. But she's claiming, for the sake of anybody who's confused in this story, she's claiming that I rung up the meal, like as if she gave me a meal that had food on it, and I rung it up, and that's what they're paying for. But no restaurant works that way. You don't give someone a ticket with food on it after they've ordered it, and then the person at the register rings it up. That doesn't even make sense. So I'm like, lady, I didn't ring up anything. This is the ticket that you gave me. It says $48 on it. It's literally what you handed me. She went, oh my god, you're just so fucking dumb, and I can't believe you're trying to blame this on the customer. What kind of worker are you? I was like, what? Lady, you gave me a ticket that said $48. That's what you're paying for. What are you talking about?
Bruh.
And then she keeps, like, first off, the conversation should have ended there, but she kept going, and she cursed at me, and she said, oh, my fucking, and then my coworker walks by, because she was in the bathroom, she walked out by the register, and she went, whoa, what's going on out here? Why? Like, because, again, people don't yell at me. I'm the nicest person there. I have no clue why she was yelling. I was nothing but compliant and helpful to her and her son. And she's like, oh my god, this idiot rung me up for the wrong food, and now he's gonna be double charged on his card, and now he paid for the wrong meal because he fucking rung it up wrong. And my sorry, zombie pop scared me in Minecraft. Jesus.
Oh my god.
There's a lava pit behind me. I have so much stuff. I was so afraid I lost everything. Oh god. But okay, the lady said that shit, and my coworker walked up to me, and she was like, that's, like, calmly, she was like, oh, that's not how that works. He's just ringing up, but this is an easy fix. I said her the same thing. I said, yeah, it's easy. I'll just cancel the original payment, and then I'll just have him pay for the right check. That's all we gotta do. And she went, and then my right friend was like, excuse me? And she's like, no, you're gonna double charge his card. We don't have enough money for this, and he fucked it up, and now you're gonna make us pay for it again. I was like, no, that's not how it works, ma'am. I'm just gonna cancel it so it does. She cut me off, and she went, don't even try doing this. You're gonna double charge me. It's your fucking fault. I'm like thinking, what led to you freaking out? How did this go from a 1 to a 10? This went from, oops, we paid for the wrong check and you misunderstanding the situation, to now you're fucking yelling at me and saying I'm double charging you and acting like I'm being vile. When did this go from a 1 to a 10? Hold the fuck up. And
Damn.
This lady is Dumb Bitchatron 3000. I've never experienced a lady this obnoxious in my fucking entire life. So, and mind you, I just want to preface that I'm only halfway through the story by this point.
Oh god.
So, then my friend is like, she went, hold on, lady. This guy, talking about me, she goes, he is the best person here on the front of the house. He knows what he's talking about. He has the manager card because he knows how to cancel this stuff. He's just going to cancel it. We've done this all the time. I myself personally have done this all the fucking time. It's a really easy slip up. People pay for the wrong check because they weren't paying attention, and then you switch off the payment. It doesn't double charge them. I know this for a 100% fact. I've worked here 3 full years. Full 3 years. Not halves, not over-exaggerating. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And this lady is trying to claim I'm double charging her card and calling me an idiot. And I'm like, no, that's just not how it works. So then my friend's like, lady, calm down. And she went, don't, oh my god, get me a fucking manager. Don't tell me to calm down. And then my friend, listen, she works the back of the house. She wasn't even meant to be talking to her. She does not handle stress as easily as I do. And from that small interaction with her and her yelling in her fucking face, she was already like, she said, oh my god, I cannot handle this right now. And she went, oh my god, you're such a smartass. I'm going to tell the manager about you. And we're like, over that? Over her saying I can't handle it and walking away? Lady, you're screaming. The whole restaurant is looking at her by this point because she's screaming. And she wasn't talking in a low-tone voice. She was really yelling. And I'm like, lady, just calm down. The payment wasn't even closed yet. I could just cancel it. It hasn't even charged your account yet. And she went, no. And I went, okay, I have the manager card in my, I showed it to her. I said, I'm going to cancel it right now. And I'm talking over because she's being rude and she keeps fucking talking. I go, lady, I'm going to cancel the payment. I'm going to ring it up correctly and we're going to go home. That's all there is. And while I'm saying this, she's going, no, you're a dumbass. You don't even touch my check again. Get me a manager. And this is finally, after all this shit I've taken, I literally just lost it at this point. I said, quiet down, calm down. I am doing what the manager is going to fucking do, lady. Hold on. I was just so frustrated. And she was, of course, now I yelled at her, she's even more mad. And she's like, oh my god, this is the worst restaurant I've ever been to in my life. So I ran back and I was just, I was shaking. I was so filled, I actually was gonna punch her. I was so upset. I really have never felt an urge to punch a stranger. Not just in my head, but I was actually gonna hit her. I was so fucking, I stormed off. I said, my manager's name Dan, I said, Dan, this fucking idiot at the register is calling me a dumbass and making a ruckus. Do it now! Deal with this! And he's never, ever heard me yell. And he was like, whoa, what the hell is happening right now? I was just so angry. I stormed the fuck off into the break room. And guys, I have a condition. Seriously. I don't handle stress. My body will not take it. I went in the break room and immediately fucking vomited. Because when I get that angry, my body releases too much cortisol and my stomach feels like it's stinging and electrocuting itself. And your body's not meant to do that. Usually, a normal body would release like half the cortisol that my body does. It's like a weird medical thing. I don't fucking understand it. But sometimes I just have to vomit and then the cortisol levels drop and then I feel a little better. So I went in the break room, I fucking vomited. I tried taking some deep breaths and calming the hell down at this point. And the manager walks up and oh wait, actually no, I'm skipping a part of the story. While I'm there, my coworkers walk back. The lady that was already walked off and she said she couldn't handle it, and my other coworker who just briefly heard this, she was like, whoa, I've never seen Rat upset ever. What in the world just happened? So I'm ranting about it and I'm still yelling because I was really fucking angry. And I'm like, this fucking idiot at the register's calling me a dumbass, and all I'm trying to do is cancel a check. It's an easy mistake. She handed me the wrong ticket. All I'm trying to do is switch it, and she's being a fucking Karen. She's screaming and cursing at me. And then my other friend is like, she really called me a smartass for walking over and trying to help. And then the manager runs back and he goes, you both shut up. You're being way too loud. The lady can hear it front. I said, good, I'll fucking tell her myself, bruh. What the fuck? Yeah, that was the worst interaction I've ever had, both with my manager and with my any customer. But then I went outside and he told me to go on a walk because I was literally so furious and shaking. And I have to say, as much as I enjoy working with customers, that is the worst customer experience I've ever had in my life. That's as bad as it gets. But I hope I never see her again because I will fucking kick her teeth into the back of her skull. I swear to God.
Oh my god, Red. Jeez. But I know what you're talking about with the whole cortisol thing. When I get stressed and angry, I shake and I cannot fucking stop, and it makes me cry, and and then I feel very fucking sick, and then I shake so much.
That's normal, though. That's just what cortisol does to your body. That's what regulates stress. The thing is, my body releases an uncanny amount. It's like a weird medical thing my doctor told me about. Where, like, a normal person would only reach that point after getting really upset. But I will reach that point quickly. Like, really, really fast. And when people continue to elevate it, it just adds more. So, like, minor inconvenience. Somebody screams at me. Just minorly yells at me. I already have that extreme cortisol drop where I'm shaking right away. I get anxious really fast. That's why I always get so fucking angry. But I'm good at handling it. I know. Take deep breaths. Don't blame them. Don't get angry about it. Don't ask for vengeance and get violent. Just be calm. I know how to handle myself. But the thing is, since I already reached that extremely stressed point where you're gonna start crying and vomiting right the fuck away, when a lady continues yelling in my face and keeps elevating it and getting it worse and worse, and I'm trying to take a deep breath and be nice, it just reaches a point where my body implodes on itself. Like, I was actually red. My skin was red. Everybody could see it. I was so over the top at that point.
Damn, that's crazy.
But I guess that's what you call anger issues. So, you know. You wouldn't guess I would have anger issues by knowing me, but I've suffered from this since I was a young man. My dad has the same exact problem with me. The difference is that he doesn't handle his anger issues well.
Oh.
I mean, granted, he's been in like 20 relationships.
Oh god.
But I've always handled my issues well. Most people would never even guess that I have this problem.
Yeah, man.
My thing with the isn't normal, so I was just gonna say that. But I can't really like if somebody is saying, "Oh, you messed this up," even if it's like in a very casual, not meaning. I immediately feel like, oh shit, you know, like I feel like I'm being attacked, and I don't get angry. I get scared and I shake, even though they're not raising their voice at me. It's just the fact that they said, "Hey, you messed this up." I immediately start to panic and feel like I'm in trouble, and that's just because of, you know, trauma, abusive parents. Well, not my mom, but yeah, my father, stepdad.
I don't know, it could be similar to what I have, or I'm assuming it sounds like it's just a mental thing, though, because it very well could be a mental problem.
And when things get quick, you know, like if you're working in a restaurant, I'm sure you know how quickly things can escalate when it's and you're having to like be frantic and think on your feet. I can't fucking do that, bro. I can't do that. I drop shit, I forget immediately, and people get angry at me because I'm forgetting how to do things. And then I cry, and then I just run away.
I think I get angry because my body's instinctual way to release that much, like a jolt of adrenaline and cortisol, is to get angry. Being like, okay, well, crying is granted also a pretty natural reaction, but my body doesn't immediately resort to that usually. Usually, I feel like if I yell it out, my body at least thinks that I'll get over it quickly. So my first instinct when I get angry is to yell about it. But that's not a healthy thing. And I don't want to be an angry person who yells. So I don't. But even though mentally that's better for me, for my body it's not. It's not good to bottle that stuff inside of yourself. So it really builds up and gets bad for me. But I've always been good with handling it. Well, not always. But I've been good with handling it for probably about 4 years now, ever since I've gotten a lot of help with it. But I've always just been told... I've been told a lot of hit tips, independently and from my old therapist, but... I mostly just independently did a lot of research on how I can help myself, how I can better myself, how I can handle anger, how I can handle stress. And I've gotten pretty good with it. I mean, granted, I'm living on my own. I'm working at times a pretty stressful job, and I've been pretty decent with it despite my condition. It's just that it takes a lot out of me. And when it comes to, like you said, running around a restaurant, I have an extremely, from what you're explaining, I can relate completely and know it exactly the feeling. I can feel it when you talk about it, what you mean. And it's like, I really don't handle that well, at least when it happens. So what I do is I just make sure that it never, ever reaches the point where it does actually happen. I can't feel rushed. I can't feel anxious. I can't feel guilty. Or it will immediately jolt my body and I'll be terrible. So I have to take things slowly. I have to constantly focus on my breathing. And at my restaurant, when things get fast, the reason why everybody's always impressed by me is because even though I'll be doing 3 people's jobs at once, I do it... I know this sounds weird, and I know you might think, why wouldn't people get mad at you for this? But I handle it slowly. I really just walk from place to place, calmly, talk in a soft voice, take deep breaths, and I just handle one thing at a time. I don't think about the next thing until I'm done with the first thing. I don't start it. I don't look at it. I handle one thing at a time, and I go from place to place to place to place, and I handle things slowly and calmly. Because if I try to multitask, if I let people yell at me, I'll freak the fuck out, and I'll flip out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right, it would get so bad, I would, like, hide in the fucking because I was working as a janitor at a college, and shit would get so bad for me that I would just hide in the fucking bathrooms or something, and pretend that I needed to use the loo. Or I would hide in the custodial closet and just cry until I was okay enough to come back out and do my job.
Okay, I would now want to work in a college. I don't know if I ever talked about this on a stream, but I just hate college life. I always fucking hate... Listen, there's a reason why I've never went to college, besides the fact that it's just not... My jobs don't really line up with that well. Besides that, college life in general, the parties, the environment, what's encouraged, the atmosphere, the drinking, I can't stand it. I can't. It makes me stressed as fuck. And it makes me feel like I hate living on this planet sometimes, as dark as that sounds.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, granted, I work with old people, guys. I don't work with, like, young, degenerative people. I work with... Well, I work with a lot of boomers, which can be quite annoying. But listen, I'll take annoying over anxiety-inducing any day.
Nice.
Game straight.
You know who's fucking dumbass is that guy? Oh, wait, I didn't tell this story on stream either.
Oh, no.
This was from... Guys, I've had a really eventful last 3 weeks, but... when my car battery broke down, because I told you guys I just cleaned my entire house. Everything. Bookshelf, desk, TV stand, every game console, my TV, my mirrors, my bathtub, my toilet, my floors, my sink. Literally the entire house by myself. I cleaned for 4 hours. I also had to help my uncle install this thing that helped my bathtub. It's weird. Like, water would run along the edges of the bathtub, and due to the weird water physics and gravity, it would drip on the floor. I don't know how that works, but it was doing it. So we put this little border up so that it would block the water from dripping and it would like turn the circulation of it. And now it's fine. But man, waking up really early off of 6 hours of sleep to install a water line, do that, and clean the house for 4 hours just to drive to my grandparents to help them out, and then have my car battery break down made for a pretty annoying day. And so I called up AAA. If you don't know, AAA is a car service. They'll drive to your house if you need a jump start, if you need to change tires. They do car stuff and they'll drive to you. That's what the service is for.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'll use AAA. And okay, this is scary music. I don't want to listen to this right now. So I'm listening to it, right? And the guy calls up, and it was a quick call. The first time I had to call them, which you should never have to call them twice in a day unless your car is really a piece of shit.
And mine is.
So I called them, and I got through to somebody surprisingly within a minute. They took my card number. I told them where I was at. They sent somebody to dispatch. They jump-started my car. The guy arrived surprisingly quick, so I was like, oh, the service is good today. He jump-started my car. I drove home. The end. Question mark. Because after I drove home, the car wouldn't start again. And I know, I'm a fucking dumbass. I was running off low sleep and I was working and exhausted. I was supposed to leave the fucking car on. But the guy didn't tell me that, and I didn't think about it off the top of my head. But since I didn't leave it on while he jump-started it, my battery didn't charge and fucking died again. But this battery is like 7 years old. How is my car even running? Well, it's not now, but... yeah, so, I called back to AAA because I wanted them to replace my battery. And I talked to some Indian lady. And holy shit, was she the most generic Indian lady ever when you think about Indian customer service. She is the epitome of what people make fun of. Because... She really couldn't answer any of my questions. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She's just taking my credentials and was super overall really unhelpful because she took my credentials for 10 fucking minutes just to pass me to somebody else who asked me to do the same thing. Like, why did I even talk to her?
Oh, no.
So by this point, I'm kind of annoyed, but the next person was really helpful. Really, really helpful. I was very satisfied with my service with this lady. Talked to her for 3 minutes, explained the situation. They dispatched somebody to me, and they were passing the phone to somebody who actually knew about the batteries in my location. And what would you know it? It was the guy that just jump-started my car that I said, hey, my battery's bad. And he went, oh, no, man, it's fine. I said, dude, my battery's dead. It's 7 years old. And I just got a new alternator. If you don't know much about cars, the alternator starts the battery and like generates the electricity for it. I just got a new one. There's no fucking way the alternator's bad. And it's cold weather. My battery's 7 years old. It's never been replaced or updated. I know it's the fucking battery. He goes, nah, man, it's not the battery. It's the alternator. Sorry, I'm a battery guy. Can't help you. What the fuck? So you're not gonna help me? I know it's my fucking battery. He went, oh, no, man, it's not the battery. I just looked at it. Dude, he was there for 60 seconds, and all he did was jumpstart my car. He didn't fucking look at my battery. I know he didn't. And by the way, I don't know much about cars, but I know for a fact you can't just look at a battery and go, oh, it's fine. You have to fucking take it to a mechanical garage, and they hook up a machine that tells you how the cells are doing. You can't just eye a battery and go, oh, it's fine. You fucking dumbass. He's just trying to get out of doing his job.
Yeah, for real, bro.
That was so frustrating because my car still doesn't work, by the way. I've had to have my grandpa drive me to work for the last 2 days. So besides that frustration, that was my AAA story that was really frustrating because that guy was a piece of shit. But besides that, I mean, how have my day been going besides that day? Not good. I also had to have a serious talk with my manager, and I went, we always joke with each other. He's a stupid old guy, and he makes stupid jokes all the time. He's cringy, but he's kind of goofy. And we usually just joke with each other. I don't mind it. But I had to have a serious talk, and I hate this because it's so awkward, and I don't like confronting people. But I said, listen, man, I live on my own. My fucking partner, who's supposed to be paying half my rent, abandoned me. I'm not going to court. I can't afford a lawyer. I don't have the fucking time for going to court anyways. Too much shit on my plate as is. I had to throw away all my food because my refrigerator's broken, my car battery's fucking dead, and I just keep spending more money. And now that labor's slow, you're cutting my hours, and I've been waiting for the raise you've promised me for 3 months, man. Where is my raise? Where are my hours? I'm gonna fucking quit if you don't change this. I'm sorry. I know I've been loyal for 3 years, but I will really leave right now. I gotta get my raise. I gotta get my money, man. That's just the way it fucking is. So, we made an agreement. I will never have less than 30 hours, no matter how slow labor is. If ideally, I'll have 35 to 40. And he's going to talk to the district manager tomorrow about getting my raise. So hopefully that happens.
Damn, nice. I hope so.
Let's hope so. That fucking district manager is a fucking boomer, bro.
Oh, he is. And he's the worst kind of boomer, too. Yeah, man. So, that's just been how my week is. But today was slow and easy. They didn't have anybody else on but me once again, but I didn't want anybody else there. I made the day go by fast. I was just running around, bagging up orders, handing it to people, running them outside, seat in the door. But, guys, there was like almost 2 feet of snow over here. There was not a lot of business. So, it was fine. I handled it myself, and I felt good afterwards. But man, am I tired. I'll tell you what. Everybody's sad because my coworker who's worked with me for the last... It's been a long time. For the last... I honestly want to say it's been... No, well, yeah, actually, she's worked here before me, so it's been a full 3 years. But she's worked there about a little more than me, like a few more months than me. So, like, closer to 3.5 years for her. She's leaving, and this place is as reliant on her as it is on me. And now she's leaving. Well, of course they're worried. They were losing one of their best workers. And the thing is, she's not the same position as me. She's the carry-out. I'm the front of the house. Usually, it needs 4 to 5 to 6 people to run the restaurant. But they've always, for the last 2 years, they just put me and her alone to do 4 people's jobs. And we always do it fine. But now that she's leaving, and I just told them I might be leaving if they don't give me my hours back, they're worried, of course. And I'm worried because I'm like, dude, she's the only person that keeps track of this place. The managers don't keep track of shit. She's the one who will tell the other workers what needs to be bagged up, what needs to be stocked, what they need to do tomorrow. The managers, well, they're too worried about everything else. They don't even care about our position.
Damn.
So things have been going shitty at work. And I don't usually talk about work because, well, whatever. It's just fucking work, right? But, yeah, even my job is giving me problems nowadays. Not to be a negative Nancy, though. I'm usually a very optimistic person. I know it's about to be over. And I know that my 2021 is finally about to be done here. When I get this new car battery and I get my new fridge tomorrow early in the morning, doing both of those tomorrow, and I get my license renewed and turn in my checks finally, I think I'm finally caught up enough that I don't have so much shit to do. But I'm gonna be tired again tomorrow.
Yeah, let's hope it all works out tomorrow. No more boomers.
You better be ready tomorrow, Red, because I'm going to be coming over.
Yeah? You want to come to the DMV with me? Because I'm going to be waiting there for a while.
Well, I gotta go to work, so after work.
Oh, I see.
It's like for a stream.
Maybe...
Yeah. Alright.
Oh, I'm going to die.
If you want me to do it, man, if you want to give it some attempts, and then if it's like too much, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, I'll give it some attempts, and if it's too much bullshit, I'm quitting, because I recently found out when they were ranking the hardest Five Nights at Freddy's games that Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is considered the second hardest FNAF game. So, what the fuck? The first one in the series is actually really hard.
Wait, what's the hardest? Is it the second?
It's the second game, which I'll also be playing. But the second one is less RNG and more like less cryptic. Like, there's a defined way to handle problems. And Five Nights at Freddy's 1, I'm just so confused half the time. I can't even focus on what's going on. It's so cryptic and confusing. But you can see the problems coming to you in 2, and you can react to them. And 1, it really is known for being the most RNG-based Five Nights at Freddy's. You just have to get lucky to beat some of the nights. And I was saying that as a joke because Maz is the RNG guy, but after looking it up, that is the sentiment. You have to get good RNG to beat the hard levels. It doesn't matter how good you are. You just gotta be lucky. And we all know how luck and me fates, right? So
So we're gonna throw me into the ringer.
yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 feels like the game meant for you anyway. It's crusty and luck. I'm kidding. Yeah, but I'm definitely not doing a 6-9. I want to give it a few whirls though, because I just want to say I beat Five Nights at Freddy's 1 for the meme. I do want to do 2. 2 I've always considered to be the best in the series, both aesthetically, sound design wise, the most impactful and story wise, and most memorable, because granted I don't barely remember shit about the other games. It's weird, I really remember a lot about 2. I mean, granted, all the meme sounds, the most memorable animatronics, and the most memorable story and impactful stuff, it's all from 2. That sound that I spam, that's from 2. When I hear it, I'm not going to be able to take it seriously, though. I'm just going to laugh.
I know.
Granted, when I first saw the game and that noise came up, I was like, I have no clue how he made this noise, but I found it to be terrifying. Nowadays...
I don't even know how you make that sound. Is it like, I don't know.
I kind of like it, honestly. I think FNAF 2 has the best ambience. 1, it's effective, but it's like, you know, it's kind of cliche ghost sounding noises. The jump scare sounds is what you'd expect of like a horror movie. The screams are generic, but whatever. 2 has the best sound design by far. Not only with the iconic noises that people have memed to death because how iconic they are, but like, I think it has the scariest design animatronics and the most creative ones, mind you, because 3 was just over the top. 4 was nightmare fuel, but not necessarily creative. I think 2 was by far the eeriest and most creative. I really did like it.
Yeah, it was really diverse.
And this is the only time you'll hear me complimenting Five Nights at Freddy's, but probably. I could be wrong. I haven't played the other ones. But in my personal opinion, that people are going to not like, I think that the series has lost its touch. It's become meme to death. And I don't think that memes ruin a game. I think it makes a game better, in my opinion. That's not why. I just think that I've seen a little bit of what the future games have to offer, and it's like, it doesn't take itself seriously anymore. And I'm usually fine with that. When Metal Gear Solid is in its later, like, series, and it just starts memeing its own memes, it works because it's always been like that, and it's always been part of the story. It memes ironically. Like, we've always memed on it, obviously, ironically, too, because we thought it was funny, but we still take it seriously because it's for a good story. And Five Nights at Freddy's, it really is just memed ironically. It's like, it's just, some of it's just kind of dumb. I think 2 was good, but 3, I don't know what to say about 3, really.
We don't talk about 3.
4's terrifying as hell, and honestly, the least luck-based and kind of most interesting game mechanics, but didn't offer anything for the story. It's admittedly the most forgettable one, even though, funny enough, it was one of the best games. Like, it's weird. The one that made for one of the best games made for one of the worst and stories and experiences, as ironic as that is. Whenever I think about Five Nights at Freddy's, I never think about 4. I always just feel like that's such like a black sheep.
What are you talking about? It showed us the bite of 87?
Oh, that's true. That is from that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, 4 was a good game, though.
Yeah, the only I remember was the Bite of 87. There was some other stuff, but I forget everything.
Like, 4, like, had different kinds of modes added onto it. And it was, like, while it was the newest Five Nights at Freddy's, when it was, like, going through holidays, they would have, like, when it was, like, a Halloween, it had, like, the characters in, like, these, like, horrific, hellish, like...
Oh, I remember that a little bit. Yeah, dude. Okay, 4, by far, the most terrifying. Not the best in the series, but up there. I would say, as a game, either 4 or 2 is the best. Granted, I'm not including the newer installments. I have not seen them, so I'm not going to judge them. But 4 or 2 is the best of the originals. And when it comes to story, I would say also 2 or 4, funny enough. When it comes to visuals, I would say 2 or 1. When it comes to terrifying, I would say 4 without a doubt, way above anything. Dude, I'm afraid to even watch 4. Playing the game is stressful as hell and anxiety-inducing, but I could barely watch 4. I found it to be, like, I would have to turn my volume down every time I was afraid something was going to happen. Like, you're supposed to listen because, like, literally part of the game is listening to the ambience and reacting to the sounds. So you're required to listen, and you really are just pushing out if you turn it down. But I wimped out when I was watching. I turned down the volume. I was like, no. No!
Yep, I'm playing that one.
But the ambience is scary. It's, like, too realistic. It's like, it feels like the power's out and, like, you're a child and you're scared. And you hear the wind chimes and the wind, like a stormy night. And it really sets the mood really fucking well. But the animatronics are atrociously terrifying. And that fucking yell, when you're trying to listen for breathing and you think you made the right move and then they jump at you, it is the worst thing ever, I swear to God. Honestly, as this might sound over dramatic for such a meme series, but I would say Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is one of the most I've been scared from a game, honestly.
Oh god. Well, I haven't played a bit of 1, never played the rest, but when I'm going back to Five Nights at Freddy's, it's gonna be 4. Here we go.
3 has a weird following. I feel like kids like 3 the most, and honestly, I don't really understand it. I think even of the newer installments, I think it's pretty much universally agreed that gameplay-wise, 3 is the worst. Visually, 3 is the most generic. Everything's green and horror themed instead of being kind of more creative. Like 4 is nightmare fuel and it's like a hospital and it's kind of ambient, and 2 is the most creative and eerie and liminal, and 1 is like ghostly and mysterious, but 3 is just generic horror, really not really doing it for me. Even the ambience is the most generic. Well, it's still effective, but generic. Pop scares, generic, and the worst in the series without a doubt. Story, too cryptic in 3. I like 2 and 4, and I like the backgroundness and mysteriousness of 1. But, dude, do you guys remember 3 at all? I barely do, but
I don't remember the story of 3. I've never read the story of
there's like these stupid like games, and you have to do these really cryptic Easter eggs to discover the story. Like super cryptic Easter eggs. Like, you have to, like, walk through a wall and jump off the screen just to see the story, and it doesn't tell you to do that. It's like, what? I don't know. I feel like he didn't know what he was doing with 3, in my opinion.
I remember, like, in order to access some of these minigames, you have to, like, put in, like, a weird passcode or whatever on certain days.
Honestly, I don't even care about 3, and honestly, I don't understand the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. I just don't. I won't pretend to. Like, I know there's some, recently after the recent installment, people keep talking about this character named William Afton being a killer. Maybe he's like the purple guy thing. I don't even really understand purple guy. I just think he killed children or something, but I don't fucking know, man.
Remember, son, dying is gay.
Okay, so that's a weird one because the serial killer that killed like the 4 children first isn't purple guy, funny enough.
Was it William Afton?
No, it was William Afton's son.
The fuck?
Oh.
Okay, so this is where the story gets all fucked.
Maz, you know the lore. Holy shit.
You know
Okay,
the
so
lore,
this-
Max?
Yeah, I know the lore. Okay, so it gets really weird of why he's the purple guy, because Michael is not in control of himself. He is not Michael anymore, and that's where I cannot spoil it because you guys are not up to the newer Five Nights at Freddy's games.
I'm not gonna judge it ahead of the time, but admittedly, I kind of like the idea to Five Nights at Freddy's when it was just mysterious, and it felt realistic. In 1 and 2, it felt really realistic, to me at least. Like, these are just deranged animatronics that for some weird reason have, like, killed children, and it felt real, like an accident. And honestly, accidents are scary. Like a realistic thing, that like a tragedy that happened, like a child died in a fucking pizzeria, is terrifying. But like, now listen, I could be wrong here because I don't fucking know, but when I hear some of the story, people are talking about like ghosts inside suits and stuff. I'm like, wait, this is a ghost story now? Like, I didn't want to believe it was a ghost story. I liked believing it was like a realistic story where like I don't know, like some horrific events happen at a pizzeria and children died, because that scares me. That's actually terrifying. But if it's just a ghost story and it's about like a killer who puts ghosts in the fucking furry suits, I mean, not really as scary. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest here.
Okay, so with that, it's that's a little bit okay. It's weird because the weird. Okay, so how the ghosts were put in there is because of the. Okay, it started with the first 5 kills that Afton did, in which the 4 of them was the original Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, Foxy, and then the 5th child was turned into the marionette doll.
That thing, okay, not anymore because I've seen it too much, but when I first played Five Nights at Freddy's, I actually had nightmares. I found that to be the scariest thing in the series. I was like,
Bruh, same. When I saw that, I was like, what the fuck is that?
yeah, I mean, now that it's like old and been memed on, I'm numb to it, but when it first came out, that marionette doll's design was so creepy. It was so creepy. I hated it. Yeah, I don't know, man. But the lore, I guess we'll have to make our own theories about when we play the games, huh? We'll play it, and me, you, and Zyka, and Coffee, we'll all be like... Betty the Platypus. Sorry.
I know all the lore.
Oh, you're a beater. You can't make the guesses then.
Yeah. Well, I listened to a lot of the lore and some theories, like from the sister location and the pizza simulator. I don't know what's going on with the newer one, the
Security breach.
Oh, I forgot where this fucking story began, Maz, when you said Pizzeria Simulator. Okay. This is just to conclude my thought earlier, because I know I cut myself off by going off topic, but I think the series doesn't take itself seriously anymore. Look at Pizzeria Simulator. Okay, sorry, I spoiled it for myself. I don't even know if we're gonna stream it. We might. Granted, I wouldn't want to play it, but I would be fine with watching you guys play it. I just don't want to play it. But I watched Markiplier play it recently, because why the fuck not? I never even heard about it until Maz talked about it in the last stream, and I just this week watched it, and I was like, oh, this is a game? How did I never see this? And yeah, okay, look at 1, 2, 3, 4. I would consider these games iconic indie games that really changed indie horror for the rest of time. But what the fuck was the Pizzeria? What was that? It did not take itself seriously. You're literally like, there's a mini game where it's just completely ironic and comedic, and there's like a lawsuit part of the game where you read about lawsuits that your franchise gets, and they're like supposed to be horror stories, but it's just stupid. And then you have to choose whether to sue them or not, and there's like a little Freddy that like helps you organize your pizzeria, and I'm like, what? What are we doing? It's just kind of funny. It's not even horror. Okay, granted, I'm not saying I wouldn't be appetized to play it, that the game's bad because it's funny. That's not what I'm implying. I'm just saying that the original 4 games were mysterious, iconic, and scary. And that one is a meme.
I think, like, with that game, it's like, you have I think it's alright because you have the 2 elements of the game. You have, like, this fun, like, time of, like, setting up your, like pizzeria, like, oh, you're having so much fun, like, you're spending some money, playing some mini games. Then you get to the fucking, oh god, the after hours where you have to.
Yeah. Okay, I saw that, and Maz, what the hell? I was surprised. Suggesting that the last part was a meme, I was like,
Why is this part scary?
Don't get me started with the interviews. Dear God.
okay, that is by far... Okay, the vent part is like what you'd expect of Five Nights at Freddy's, but it was still effective. I thought the pop scares were cheesy, but the idea of it was... Okay. Here's why I wouldn't want to play it. Admittedly, as much as 2 looks like a fun game, and 1 seemed fun, but was kind of annoying, and 4 is more easy to understand, just scary to execute, right? Here's the thing. that vent part, I watched the whole playthrough and I still don't understand it. It's cryptic and confusing, and I don't like it. I would not want to play that. I would not put myself through that shit.
Coffee, looks like that's all you, man.
Oh, me for 4?
No, for the
at-
pizzeria simulator.
You got 2 scary games on your back end.
I'm surprised it was scary. It was so silly and goofy, and
I
it
don't know
really
anything
didn't take
about
it
Pizza
seriously.
Pizza, I just know there's some weird shit in it. That's it.
Oh, don't spoil it. I want to see your first reaction. That would be amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck, okay.
dude.
Or Zyka could play it. Because
So
she hasn't
Coffee-
done one yet.
So, Coffee, you can get this pretty easily. It's free.
Oh, it's free?
Oh, hell yeah. If it's
Yeah.
free, I'll play it.
Yeah, it's free. That's why I say it's like a pretty decent game because, yeah, it's pretty mean, John, but you still get like the horror aspects for the half part of it, and it's free. So it's like, hot damn.
Oh, here's what I'll say. First part, admittedly funny. Second part of the game, where like it's the vent part, admittedly infuriating and very annoying, but it did have good atmosphere and it was scary. It got me a few times. Only in the first few times though, because the pop scares are cheesy in that one. I'm just gonna be honest. But the last part, the interview, it's not even about pop scares or anything you'd expect Five Nights at Freddy's. It's pure, like, just ambience. It's creepy. What the fuck? You play these weird sound cues, and the animatronics are supposed to react to it, and you're supposed to keep it in place. And oh my god, that was actually one of the scariest things out of the series. I was shocked. I had never. Again, okay, as much as Scott Cawthon has memed his fucking game series to death, that really got me. That was actually so terrifying. I don't know what he was thinking with that, but no, have you ever seen that in anything else? Because I've never seen that.
I'm so.
The interview?
Yeah, like I've never seen another game like that. You sit across from the animatronic at a desk, and it's so scary. It's terrifying to look at. But not like Nightmare Fuel 4. Like it's more believable, but it looks scary as fuck.
Okay, so I've played a little bit of the Pizza Simulator. I've never played all of it. I've only played up to like 2 nights, and I've done one of the interviews, and I was like, nah, and I closed out the game. I was like, nah, yep, I'm good. I'm good.
I would want to do that. The interviews. Okay, just to explain for anybody who's like, what are you fuck you guys talking about? Okay, it's not a spoiler. It's just what you do. You sit across from an animatronic at a desk that you're supposed to be salvaging from the trash so that you can make some extra money for your pizzeria. And, yeah. So, you play sound cues and you write down on a piece of paper if it reacts to the sound cues. And the sound cues in itself are really, really eerie. Like, I don't understand them, and I think that makes it more scary because they're just these weird noises that sound like they were recorded in the 40s and 50s during, like, a war or something. And then the animatronics sit across from you and usually don't move or react in any way. And there's just this creepy ass lighting and these horrible noises playing. And you don't know if it's going to move at you or something. And then you write down on the paper to like mark if it moved or not. And when you put down the paper, you can't tell because it's barely different. But they might move like an inch or a millimeter closer to you. And if they do, you have to like zap it to keep it in place. Or they'll fucking like destroy you.
What?
It's so fucking weird, but it's terrifying.
I would say that's, for me, I think that's the most terrifying thing in the Five Nights at Freddy's game.
I was still okay. If I was playing it, I would be more afraid of 4. But I would say even watching it, that one was like atmospherically, it put me in a really scary atmosphere, and my stomach was quenched. I was like, oh god, this is creepy as hell, man. But 4 is consistently scary.
Down for that shit, bro.
Coffee, if you play 4, you can't mute your mic. I want to hear you yell.
I swear to God. Fuck it.
I won't puss out too. You guys know if I'll get scared.
I died. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of
Mic
course.
up,
I
guys,
won't
mic
back
up.
down.
Mic
I'm a
up, you
player.
gotta mic up.
I'll keep my volume up too. We'll experience it together. I don't care if you're playing. I'll experience it with you.
I think if you guys were watching me, it'd be a little less scary. I'm just saying. Alright.
Yeah, we'll be there for you. We'll be there for you. It's like you get through the night. It's like, all right, Coffee, there you go. You're getting through this. You like start through the second night. You get to like 2 p.m. Then me and Rat leave the call. It's like,
Son of a bitch.
What you fuckers?
I think that the reason why I say force is okay. Honestly, people tend to clump all this horror words together, but they are all different. I think there's a difference in eerie. There's a difference in scary. You know, there's a difference in like heavy. They're all very different. I think that 4 is the scariest by far. I think that 2 is the eeriest. I think that 3 or no, the Pizzeria Simulator is the creepiest because, dude, I'm sorry, but creepy is not scary. I'm sure you guys know the difference, right? Like, it's a different thing. Creepy is like unsettling and off-putting and like weird and feels like it isn't right. But scary is like, you know, it makes you feel horror. It's terrifying. It makes you jump. And eerie is hard to explain, but you guys kind of get what eerie means, right? It's like the vibe.
God, eerie is like, it's like dread and kind of creepy mixed.
Yeah, it's dreadful. It's relatable and it makes you like feel like a heavy feeling in your gut. That's what eerie is. But scary is what makes you jump and makes your heart race. That's way different. Eerie makes your stomach drop. Scary makes your heart race. It's a different feeling. I would say that Five Nights at Freddy's 1, I wouldn't actually say it was any of those. I would say it's anxiety-inducing. It makes me feel like I can't keep track of anything. And I'm like, oh, fuck! Where's fucking Bonnie? It makes me stressed.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a little scary, actually, because, dude, it is. Well, it wore off because it got too repetitive, because fucking night got too hard. When you make a horror game, for the love of God, don't make it hard. It lessens the scariness of the game if you make it fucking hard. Like, horror is not meant to be scary.
The more you die, the less scary it becomes.
Yeah. Oh, wait, my sentence was dumb. I'm sorry. I meant to say horror is not meant to be hard. It's meant to be scary, so don't make a horror game fucking ridiculously hard or you ruin it. And I really was scared and anxious about the first 4 nights. Night 5 ruined it, man. I'm just frustrated now. I'm not scared anymore. Because, like, think about other effect. Okay, I would play this. I would play this. How about Outlast? Will you guys want to stream that together?
You're playing.
I'll play it. I never ever played it. Don't own the game, but I watched Gargura play it. And I loved it. It's actually a really thought-provoking, surprisingly good game. I'm actually shocked. I just thought it was like a weird horror game with spooky graphics. After playing it, no, it's kind of really interesting. It actually has a good story and good atmosphere, and it's not relying on pop scares. It's really atmospheric and eerie. Like, if you don't know, you go into an insane asylum and you're a journalist and you're trying to like find out what's happening in this insane asylum. It's like been abandoned on this mountain. And all these fucking crazy people, they've like dug through the walls and they make certain parts of the asylum like their territories. And it's like this super immersive story about these crazy people. And it's admittedly terrifying. And in a good way though. Not just like cheesy pop scares. Like it really is good. And there's this big fucking meaty guy that runs around who is chained up and he's like broken out and he fucking chases you through the asylum and it's something else, man. I'll tell you what. Honestly, it's kind of like The Wall in R&R, but like really cut up and like big and gross.
Oh yeah.
And you're just walking through the dark and you can't put on your flashlight and you just hear his fucking... You have to have your volume. You just hear his chain dragging across the fucking floor and you gotta like avoid him. And then you gotta talk to these crazy people that guide you through the asylum and walk through their cells when they like grab at you and like say weird creepy shit. I like it. I'm sorry. I just like that kind of stuff. It's interesting. It's a lot more realistic than like say Chuck E. Cheese robots. I kind of like that vibe. So even though I would be terrified, I'm into that kind of stuff, so I'm more okay with it. The animatronic thing is just off-putting, and the pop scares get me, and not as much my kind of thing, really, I guess. I'm okay with being in a terrifying, heavy environment, because I like that. But having my ears blasted by Chuck E. Cheese is not my thing. Can we just talk about how Slenderman's dead, though? Can we just talk about that?
Yeah, no more Slender Man.
Slenderman was always an annoying game. Whenever I played it, I was just like... When I was like 10, I thought it was scary for the first couple times, and I got over it. But man, what a shitty game. I'm sorry for those who liked it, but walking around and finding signs that are placed in random locations while this thing like randomly appears in different places is so irritating. You're just trying to go somewhere and then it's like in your line of walking and you're blocked and trapped. And the fucking thing, you can't find the signs and like, dude, remove RNG from video games. You want to get good at a game and you want to rely on your skill. But in that game, you just have to get lucky. Nobody likes luck in games. It's so infuriating. It's just like, oh, I've put 10 hours in this game, but I can't beat it because the fucking numbers aren't lining up right. That's just piss poor, man. So, the numbers? Yeah, they're not working, guys.
Holy shit, after we've been talking so much, my organization has just been looking so much more cleaner.
Well, guys, I think I'm done with Minecraft because I'm just walking in circles now while we're talking.
Nice.
But the dam looks clean as hell. Alright, put my stuff away. I'm good to go.
Yeah, this whole time I was doing a bit of mining, and then I made dispensers and a bunch of buckets and a hopper. So there's a weird farm underground.
Oh, Mr. Bucket. Alright. Oops, that's not the thumbnail. That's Mass's car again.
Bruh.
That just brought back weird memories. That sentence brought back weird memories. You remember when people in 2018 in the Discord server would meme about Maz's car?
Oh, Jesus.
What was that about anyway? I forgot.
Because of... it was my window shattering. Or I don't know.
Oh yeah, your fucking window shattered on camera, and then I was like, "That's Maz's car window." And everybody kept repeating that for some reason. That's Maz's car window. Bruh.
Jesus.
Okay. If you listen to this,